Hello and welcome all. This is Dice of Ages presenting CrestVahllen. To be determined group name. We'll figure it out. Campaign 3. I'm your not so humble dungeon master TJ, and I have the distinct pleasure of having my friends at the table join me. Adam.
I'm Adam. In this campaign, I play Bastian, the CL4 lock. I'm just a man who likes to sleep in tubs of water.
I'm Theo. In this campaign, I play Pip Thistle, just a little gobby wizard boy. Just a little guy.
I'm Malik. I'm playing a Dampier Ranger, Len.
I'm Dan. I'm playing Sturin Ashana, who is a Kaldashtar druid, Circle of the Stars, and major Dilf energy coming from me right now.
Yes.
I'm Rhiannon. I'm playing Maverin Oriolor or Maeve. Do not perceive me next.
Peasants.
Hi, I'm Alex. I play Oscar Goodmeadow, a halfling monk. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. This is fun. A new campaign that we started a while back, so we're going to be putting it up, and I'm very excited. A lot of fun, based in the Shailene Cradle. We did a story so far, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't. And this will be episode 2. Lots of fun. I think if nothing else, I guess you guys have any stories or announcements. You guys want to play some D&D?
Yes.
Very
Okay,
much so.
cool. Let's do
Yeah!
let's do a recap of the. Dan isn't with us, but he is with us virtually today because he got the vid. But he is doing okay and feeling well enough to join us virtually, and so we set up this little thing with him, and
He might sound a little funny, but
He's being played by an advanced
sounds pretty-
AI.
yes,
I
actually.
feel so good right now.
Dan has been replaced by Skynet.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
As long
Dan.
as it's not the StarCraft AIs, I think we all stand a chance.
the one from StarCraft 2.
Yeah, they're super hard.
Oh my God, yeah, they are. Ugh. I mean, StarCraft 1 was okay, but god damn, yeah, they kick my ass every time. Anyway, thank you, Blizzard. Cool. Yeah, let's do a recap of last time, shall we? Boom, 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 boom. Cool. So, I think I set this up properly, right? Yeah. I hope I did. I hope it's not too loud.
if it ends up being terrible, somebody will let us know.
Yeah.
Or I'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Can you fix the sound of post? We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
I can.
I'll do it in
No, I
post.
Not really, because if I lower it, it would also lower us.
Right. So I'm just gonna bring it down just a tad. It should be fine. I think it's fine the way it is there.
Are you streaming or just recording?
I'm just recording, so
Okay.
we'll figure it out. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. We will eventually stream this, but cool.
Okay, we'll do it live.
Oh, let's rewind so I can get my shit up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so regarding the vision that is the city of Quasmont, the party continue toward the newly constructed gatehouse and peruse their belongings, eventually making their proper donations for entry into the self-governed bastion of civilization. Heading to one of the barracks in town filled with non-uniformed guards, the gang turn in the detestable satyr, adding to his list of alleged crimes and being rewarded with coin for their troubles. Traveling through town, some fish are purchased from a monger before they all arrive at the Rajiv homestead, and a warm, teary welcome ensues. The group sit down for a meal with the Rajiv family, except for Len, who purchased some daggers at a nearby shop. After lunch, the troop reconvene and notice a large crowd forming outside the Tilted Whisker Tavern, betting on table surfing. Pip, Stjern, and Osfer enter the bar to witness the spectacle, while Bast, Maeve, and Len move on through the town, uninterested in the uncivilized display. The event dies down as Stern hears sounds of struggle coming from upstairs. And the dad druid requests that Osfer cause a distraction, and Stern witnesses odd, wispy fey creatures attempting to switch out a human babe with something uncanny on the second floor bedroom. Screams of trouble begin to fill the area, and Osfer yells down the street for the rest of the party to return in aid in quelling the threat. With discovery now a foregone conclusion, several other wispy fairy-like fey appear in the tavern, attacking the patrons and causing them to flee. When the dust settles, 3 civilians, including the bartender, lie dead, but the baby and their parents are safe, leaving the gang with a bittersweet victory. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen.
Jump the gun.
It's okay. I often jump the gun too. Cool.
So you said that the parents were okay, but I thought one of the parents was the bartender who died.
The mother was upstairs with the baby.
The mother was.
We haven't gotten to the point of figuring out who is who.
Correct.
Ah.
Yes. We're like the battle just ended.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't really know what's going on yet.
We saved the mother
this
and
was
the baby.
a while ago, so if that was not entirely, you just know their parent. I'll change that to parent. How about that? There we go. Easy fix. Great. So you guys are in the tavern here. A bunch of people have run out of the tavern. You are left with like small amounts of like dust. Of what looks like iron shavings and like other kind of stuff from in the piles where these fey creatures were destroyed. The barkeep lies dead. One of the patrons lies dead, and one of the bards lies dead. There is also, from if I remember correctly, the doubling, as we had talked about before, like the changeling, but my version of a changeling, the thing that was trying to be
the creepy
switched
baby thing.
with the baby, is also there on the floor in the bedroom upstairs, and you guys haven't decided what to do with it yet. Some of you tried to pick it up, but it didn't work.
No, I picked it up.
Yeah. Stern and Pip were messing with it, if I remember correctly.
So,
Right, and you were trying to figure out what it was, but you couldn't quite figure it out. I think, Pip, you eventually rolled an Arcana check and you figured out, like, oh, this is thing called a doubling, and sometimes face switch it with babies.
That's weird.
Okay.
What kind of instrument did the bard have?
Go back in my mini memory. I think it was a lute.
Cool.
Yeah.
I now have a lute.
You jank
Loot
the
the
lute?
loot.
you looted it?
Oh my goodness. I wish I had a womp womp sound. Okay, cool. Yeah, do you want to like
I'm not
loot
proficient
the dead
in it.
body?
Not like dig around in his pockets,
Do you
but
want to inconspicuously?
Yeah.
Okay, roll sleight of hand to see if you can inconspicuously loot this very large loot.
I mean,
instrument from-
everybody's dead or running away. So
Sure.
32.
That's a very good point.
Why?
Trying to compare my health to others.
it's only a 14,
14,
so
I think.
Level up.
I mean, you
Yeah.
don't even need to steal it. I'm sure that you could just take it and be like, I'll honor his memory with this loot.
Oh yeah. Oh, Osford just watches you take it. He goes, you don't need to steal it.
I play a very bad chord.
Twang.
I got this.
Go crazy.
So
great.
am I still upstairs with the...
Yeah, you and Stern are upstairs with that not so baby.
Not so baby? I'm going to poke it a couple of times to see what it does.
Okay, the baby is also there. That has been picked up by the one of the mothers and is being like cradled and comforted. You poke it a couple times with what?
My finger?
Your finger. Okay.
Oh no.
God, it's gonna bite you.
What's your AC?
14 right now?
14. It bites your finger. You take 1 point of damage,
No.
and it's like fully grabbed onto your finger. Its teeth are kind of sharp.
Hey guys, all I'm saying is we've got a fake creature, and the last time we had a fake creature, we turned it in for a bunch of money.
Wow, that's a good point.
So
This one's not really a criminal, so
Ow.
It's the only one that's left.
in that
Or
why
the
they gave
tri-
us the money is
Like
because
holding
it
the
was-
baby up
Yeah,
like
you're like-
this.
We
That's a good point.
turned a criminal into the
I mean,
The
it was
authorities?
involved in a multiple homicide.
yeah, but it's a baby thing.
All I'm saying is,
It's
let's
evidence.
let's make them say no to us.
We can
first.
we can hand it over
We
to
can
them,
try.
but I don't know.
It's a baby.
It's evidence.
It's not really.
Shaking it like a baby crocodile is
We
attached
couldn't
to your
capture
finger.
any of the other ones because they just disappeared into fairy dust.
It's not really a baby though.
All I'm
It's
saying
Okay,
is-
well, instead, what if we just scoop all of the dust
Yeah.
from the dead ones into a container, turn that in?
Along with the baby and call it evidence.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with it?
I don't want
Can
it,
I roll like
but
a
someone...
contested strength check?
Absolutely. You want to pull this thing off your finger?
Maybe, is there an orphanage in town? Like,
Nat 20.
You got it. Nat 20.
Yeah.
It got a nat 22.
Dang it.
Oh,
What's
what's your strength modifier?
11. So 0.
So 0. It also has a 0 as well. So go. So do it again. That's insane. You see, you put your foot on its chest and are like trying to pry it off of you. Go ahead.
Another nat 20.
You're fucking kidding. me.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
why do we
That's
only get good
insane.
Nat
rolls?
1.
but it doesn't really matter.
Well, that was
You
useless.
fully whip it and it flings across and hits the wall and slides down.
So I might have killed the baby.
Again,
It's still moving.
I didn't kill the baby,
it's more of a creature than a baby.
but it's a
Yeah, I'm gonna
baby
pick up this baby,
creature.
and I'm gonna.
You pick up the baby?
I pick up the baby.
Okay. What's your AC?
Have we learned
I
nothing?
got a 16.
Okay, it bites you.
No, sorry, 15.
It bites you. It's now it's
Still
attached to your hand now, like biting you,
Ugh.
gnawing on you.
Toddlers.
Put it in the skin bag.
This is the worst of their use. They'll get so much better.
You have children, right?
Yes, I do, but this is the worst of it. They all have this phase.
Oh, you take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Oh shit! I have 3 hit points.
We just got done with the fight. You may not want to
That's
go picking
Just
up
hold
things
it.
that are biting.
I think let's put the baby in the skin bag. I never want to say that sentence again.
Isn't there still an arm in there?
we don't need the arm.
I don't think I buried that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So
Uh,
goopy.
a treat
Okay.
if it's really hungry or something.
And go
The
help
mom
the
is
people
still
down
up
in the
there,
town.
right? We're with the mom, and we're just playing.
Yeah,
with
the
this
mom
baby
is like
right now.
shh, with the baby, like it's.
No, it's not
Yeah,
this
of
baby's
course.
mom.
They're kinda like-
This is the like.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know. So I'm going to go up because we're kind of just fucking around while we haven't even
Yeah.
checked
So,
on the
so this is,
well-being
it's like
of
a
this
it's like a
woman.
bedroom that has a part of a nursery in it. It looks like it's the only bedroom or room that's here in this tavern, and it's probably belongs to the tavern owner. Because they live the same place that they work, just like you live above the shop, that kind of thing. So this individual, so it's like a bedroom. You're in the bedroom. Like this not so baby got thrown up against the wall, like shattered a picture frame, fall to the ground. You walk up, it starts biting you. The other woman's like kind of huddled in a corner, like near the crib. That's just like kind of too afraid to just go too much anywhere because. She just witnessed you guys like save them, so she feels like she's better off being closer to you than just running out of here. But and she's just doing her best to keep as much distance as possible.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get this fucking baby thing off me. Then I'm gonna try to go up to her and like check in on her and make sure she's okay.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, roll a contested strength check.
14.
1, natural 1.
Bet.
So again, you fling it across the room.
You,
And I-
you just walk over to the bedpost of like the actual bed and just whack it on the bed knob, and like it just goes and just passes out.
Awesome. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I would like to talk to the mother and try to persuade her.
You're still downstairs.
Am I?
Yeah, you're still downstairs because you were fighting. This is all happening upstairs in the bedroom. But
So
if you
it's
want to
just
go
me
on and
and-
check on them,
Yeah,
you
I'd
can.
like to go upstairs and like see what
Sure.
the heck's going
So
on.
Sure.
who all is upstairs?
It's just Pip, Stern, the mother, and the baby,
I think
and the
you-
not so baby.
You two.
So it's just us.
Yeah, that's I was gonna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to go
Downstairs,
upstairs
there were
and
other living mercenaries that helped us fight.
Yes, like the
Okay.
guards. They look to. I had mentioned before. They look to be of wood elf descent. They are the cherry. they're not Farron. They look like they.
City hippies.
I don't want to. No, it's more of like they're like think. It's kind of along the lines of what was her name?
Janis Joplin.
No, the daughter of the cops person. Spira.
Okay, yeah.
Right, Spira. Sorry, you said Spira? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good.
I thought you said Spyro
miss-
for a second.
I miss
Spyro.
Spira.
What was
She was
her
my
mother's
BFF.
name? What was her name? Mother's name's title
She was
was
the wheel weaver.
the Wheel Weaver. Thank you. Yeah, the Wheel Weaver's daughter Spirit. So it's kind of along those lines, like very like still have that like the wood elf skin of like naturally camouflage. Like they have that natural green and then dark green and then black spots around there, like camo kind of skin. They're here and they have survived and they did help hit some things.
So like,
I'm cool with being downstairs then. I want to talk to them.
You want to go upstairs?
No, I'm cool. I want to talk to the elf guards.
Cool. Let me finish what
Yeah.
he's doing
Oh, do
first.
it.
Yeah.
I just need to know where it
Knock
was.
this thing on the bed knob. It is fallen unconscious.
Yeah.
For the moment, because it only has like a very small handful of hit points, and you guys have hit it a couple times. So yeah, it does look like it's still alive though. And then you saunter over to the woman. She looks scared. Not necessarily of you, but just like terrified. She just did almost lost her child.
Right. So I go up to her, like I kind of like kneel down because I'm assuming she's like kind of like huddled in like just in like whatever. I kneel down to whatever her level is, and I just I go just like in like a soft hush voice. I say, "Don't worry, everything is taken care of. Village is safe. You're safe. Everything is fine. No need to worry anymore."
Okay, cool. Roll just a basic charisma check for me.
That was cocked. That's all right. 15.
15. You just see her like very wide-eyed, like doe in the headlights, kind of look, clutching her baby who's still like cooing and whining a little bit. Just look at you and go, "Thank you."
So I hear the baby whining, and so I want to like sing like a lullaby. I would sing to my kids to try to get them to like get them to go to sleep or just like get them to calm down.
Sure.
So I do that. I don't have a
Roll.
nursery rhyme.
You're a dad. Go ahead and roll a performance check at advantage.
Fuck yes.
I love how he's like the second youngest in this group, but he's like the
The
dad
dad.
of the group.
The child.
That is a
the youngest.
14.
14. Yeah, I mean you.
Yeah.
You sing "Snow in Summer," which is like a very sad but soothing lullaby. Like snow in summer, ice all in my hat, dead cold fingers, and you just kind of the baby starts like it softens its cooing, and eventually like stops fussing.
Awesome. So I just say, all right, that's better. Everything is calm now. Obviously, that was a lot. Do you know why this happened, or do you have like any clue as to what's going on right now? Or?
She kind of just looks and at you, and her eyes go back for a moment as she thinks, and then you see her like head snap to the stairwell, and you just see her saying like, "Guess, Finley," and she stands up and she starts running down the stairs.
It's gonna be sad.
I followed down the stairs. with her.
You follow down the stairs. Maeve, you kind of get pushed through as you were going upstairs, and then you come downstairs and you're at like the bottom threshold of the stairs, and you kind of get your shoulder pushed by as this woman with this baby just like barrels past you, and then you see
Rude.
what?
Rude.
and you see her like kind of stand there and stop in like a wide stance for a moment and just stare around and look. And then you see her gaze lock on one of the individuals, the barkeep that's down. And you just see like her heart skips a beat, her breath stops, her eyes widen, and she frantically runs and like collapses next to them. And she starts shaking. Finley! Finley, get up! Finley! Finley, no. Don't you dare do this. Don't you dare leave us here. And she's just starts to break down as you see her face looks horrified, angry, and she hasn't blinked, but tears are still dropping onto the garb of the dead barkeep that lays there. And she continues to shake the blood now seeping into her fingers. She grasps her head and she's like, "You can't do this. You can't. I won't let you."
I think I want to go up behind. I don't want to, like... I don't touch her, I just kind of, like, stand behind and just say, "We tried to save as many people as we can.
She went down.
They died
fighting.
protecting, knowing what was at risk."
She, at the moment, she has a bit of a tunnel vision. Like, you know that she heard you,
Yeah.
but she's hyper-focused on this right now. She's
Yeah.
in the first stage of griefs, and she can't... She's in a little bit of denial. She can't fully process and comprehend what just happened.
I'm gonna sidle up next to one of the mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from around here. I don't know your customs. Is there somebody we should report this to?
Oh, yeah. Oscar goes right up to him and says, "Rouse the town guard. We don't know if this is, the city might be under attack. We don't know if this is the only place that's
I'm
getting..."
trying not to interrupt what's going on over there. I'm just
They
trying
are.
to be
They
sorta-
look like that they were kind of like watching in reverence what this woman was doing here. Something about them as people in their culture. They were kind of like giving the dead a moment. And but then the one that you come up to, she looks at the other one, and the other woman, and she nods, and the other one picks up their shield and their spear and rushes out the door.
Do we just leave them where they lay, or? All right, yeah, you go.
It's best. It is best that the officials that are in charge of this kind of thing find them exactly the way that they were left.
That makes sense.
However unfortunate and horrific it may be. Thank you for your assistance.
Do you need us to like stay here or something?
If
Come with
one
you?
of you could prevent people from entering the tavern until the officials have arrived, that would be helpful.
We can do that.
Very well. I will keep here and make sure that everything is done by the way the protocol. So right now in the bar it's just you guys. You said you wanted to walk up to one of them.
Oh, I mean, stuff's happened since then, so never mind.
Oh,
The
jeez.
mood
Sorry.
has changed.
The mood has changed. Maeve is not touching that.
Okay.
Mostly because she doesn't have like a full context of what's even happening. Just someone died, someone's crying. There's this baby now. Eh.
I'll follow them out and close the door behind me. And
Okay.
I'll sort of lean up against the door jamb and start badly plucking away at my new
Oh
loot.
dear. Oscar, are you going with him or are you staying here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to raise the alarm. You know, I don't know if this is the only place that got attacked. This may be.
Oh, so you
just-
want to follow the other cherry that left?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This might be just an isolated incident, or it may be, multiple parts of the
Okay.
town getting attacked.
The
I would
cherry-
like to go with him.
You want to go together? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. The cherry is moving extremely fast.
Cool.
They are wood elves. They move very, very fast.
I don't have any more key. I
yeah,
can't go that fast.
I don't think you can keep up with them because they're not waiting for you.
Yeah.
Because they're moving at the very least 70 feet around, like 70 feet every 6 seconds.
If I dash, I can do that. I've got 35.
If you have to use your key to dash.
No.
No, that's
Oh,
my
action.
you have 35. Okay,
Yeah,
right,
my
because you halfling plus. Yeah, so you can just keep pace.
30.
You won't be able to keep pace, but you can still they won't get too far. You'll just be lagging behind a little bit, but they're not waiting for you unless you want to wait for Maeve.
If y'all need help, make a loud noise, yeah?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
We'll be here.
Okay, cool. So you just can't run as fast as they can.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just
they're
more
like the
interested
wind. They're
in-
just moving.
I'm more interested in the elves than whatever's happening in the tavern.
Okay, cool. So you follow the one cherry.
Messy, sad, emotional things.
Yeah.
Meh.
Cool. We'll get to that in a moment.
I should have brought
Pip.
the baby with me.
Dang it.
Pip, you're still upstairs with
The creepy baby?
the creepy not so baby.
Not so baby. I think would Pip know why a baby like that would Pip knows that they're replaced with
Yeah, and the reason why you know that is like a kind of like folklore tales,
Yeah.
folklore, cultural tales that your mentor has told you while traveling in the wild. and
yeah.
stuff like
Would I know that how that would happen? Like
like
what
how that would come about. I would say go ahead and roll either a history. I think no, this is straight up history. Yeah, history check.
That is a 25.
25. One of the stories that you remember about the doublings is that they often have to do with the Fays are often steeped in deals and agreements and that kind of thing. They often have to do with either a deal that's gone sour, and it's almost like a bargain. A lot of times, the Fae find a lot of power in young ones and can double their number, if not triple their number, or even more so by using young creatures from other races and bringing them over to the Feywild to become more powerful and become like part of their thing or whatever their private grove is. And so often one of the things that is like valuable to them, that is like a commodity, is like, oh, well, promise me your firstborn. Or promise me your secondborn, or promise me, whatever, everything, and then so the insight and history that you're understanding, like one of the stories that you remember, is that this kind of correlates to that. There was once a king from a foreign land from a long time ago. It's like kind of this fairy tale about how he promised. He didn't start as a king. He started as like a peasant that worked in a blacksmith, like he was a blacksmith's apprentice. And he was met by a fairy when he was traveling in the woods and near a mine looking for some more ore and stuff like that. And they're so enchanting that he eventually pursued them and caught up with them and tricked them through wordplay to make a deal with them and have a conversation. And he said, well, like the fairy tale lore says that if I catch you and I get to have a conversation with you, I get to make a deal with you, and you get to grant me something like powerful, and the fairy or the fairy is often like, okay, yeah, sure. What do you want? And the king was, and the blacksmith apprentice was like, I want to be royalty. I want to rule this land, and I want to not be able to have anyone else take the power from me. And the fairy was like, very well, I can make that happen, but you must give me something in exchange. And he says, anything, whatever you want. And she was like, I require your firstborn. And the clever apprentice said, well, I'm not going to have any kids, so sure, that'll be fine. And they very well, they shook on it, and then that was it. And years later, eventually, he a couple days later, he finds out that he's the bastard of some king, and that he's the actual rightful heir. And a coup happens, and he gets put into the place on the throne, and he ends up being king and then decades pass, and he never thought he'd fall in love, but he does fall in love, and he finds somebody, and he has a child, and during the time when they're celebrating the naming ceremony of the child, one of the people that comes to pay their respect is the fairy in disguise, and pulls back their hood, and you can see the black eyes, and they say, I'm here to collect what's mine. And the king says, no, you can't take that. I won't let you. I have the king. I have so many armies and powers and everything. I'll fight you. You'll never take it. And very well. So be it. And they disappear. Not too long after, a couple nights later, they notice their babe has stopped crying. And they've been the best baby. They barely ever cry. They're very well behaved. And it isn't until many years later that they realize that the child has this insatiable urge to want to go back to the forest, back into the Fey lands, and I want to go back. I gotta go see this. It's so interesting to me, and the king and has always said, never go there, don't go there. It's not safe, it's not dangerous. And I have to. So they sneak out one night and they go, and they get reclaimed by, and they get reclaimed by the Fae, but once the father notices that they're missing the father, the king pursues and goes in the forest, and you see the child, now 5 years old, standing next to the fairy, and the child's form changes and turns into black eyes and smiles this much too wide smile, and they go and the fairy says, this hasn't been your child since the day after it was born. This has always been my child. And that's the story of the doubling, and then he's like, I held true to my promise. Nobody can take your throne away from you. Nobody else can take your throne away from you. And through depression and sadness, he died of a heartache. And it was only him and his own sadness that took his own throne away from him. So that's the story that you remember.
Okay. So then with that information, Pip is going to be nosy and try to figure out what kind of deal they would make.
Oh, you're gonna snoop around the bedroom?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Can you give me just to be a little bit more specific and
I think
what exactly you're looking for? What
Pip,
are you looking in?
I guess Pip is looking for Pip right now is trying to decide whether or not. So they can cast one more detect thoughts.
Okay, there's nobody else in the room. Here.
No, they were gonna go downstairs and cast detect thoughts on the grieving person.
Oh no!
And I think Pip
it's
would
just surface thoughts.
No, I know.
Unless you wanted to go delve deeper.
Yeah, no, Pip knows. So I think Pip would walk downstairs, see that this person is sobbing, and be like,
"What? Just Homer fade into the bushes back upstairs?
Never mind.
Not now. Now is not the time."
Perfect.
And then they would, I think they would look for kind of older, things that are old. Look for things that kind of show times obvious that are older, that are old things, if that makes sense.
Antiques.
You're looking for like antique stuff. I
Like
understand.
things that are like kind of from their earlier parts of life to try to get a handle on what kind of things they
Like
would
Oh,
want
from
to
their
Who
past.
from
they
their
Oh,
past.
I understand. So things either covered in dust or under stacks of things.
Yeah, exactly.
The
that
old
they're
pictures,
trying to
the
like
Old photo book
mementos.
kind
that
of
they're
feel.
trying to like that they're like just to try to get a handle on what
Yeah.
their lives were like
Okay, cool.
Like-
cool.
10 years ago.
Cool. There is a roll top desk here.
Okay. Can I just snoop around that?
Sure, you can snoop around the roll top desk. You immediately know there is a ledger that's open because this is still a business and they have to do bookkeeping. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Look for some old yearbook
15.
woodcuts.
15. You would kind of sift through the ledger. You see, as far as you can tell, these books aren't cooked, but you don't really know much about accounting. You do find what looks like a sketch of them together before they had a baby or before they were pregnant or anything like that. You do find what looks like the drawer is locked. The drawer of the bottom of the roll top desk is locked. You do find what looks like I don't want to say another ledger. I want to say it looks like a little black book, a look of contacts of just it's a little less official. It's like their own bookkeeping of like, oh well, this guy owes me a favor because I did this, and this person owes me this, that kind of thing. Nothing that you can find so far that really gives you an idea of that has any link to the doubling yet. It looks like they're running a pretty above board business here.
Yeah, I
But
mean
the
like
drawer's locked.
do I have thieves tools? I don't want to be that nosy. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
You do find a letter, a very old letter. It looks to be at least a decade old. That's whose wax is broken and has a pressed corn flour on its parchment, and it looks like an old love letter from when they were courting each other or something like that.
Aw,
Nothing sus.
that's cute. I'm just trying to see, like, I'm not even seeing, like, if they're sus. I don't think that they're sus. I think Pip is just like, what would they want to make a deal about? Like, do they want riches?
Cool. Why don't you do? I'll say, are you gonna case the room too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me come back to that. Remind me that you're going to case the room because
Yeah.
it takes you a while to kind of like go through the world top decks.
Yeah.
Let's go to you guys who are chasing the. Yes, who are chasing the cherry. Eventually, the cherry ends up at one of the barracks. You find they pass the pillory, which is like the stocks, which is right next to one of the barracks, and this is like right near the crossroads with that statue of that long-haired, veiled, like dancing woman in ever movement of like the actual crossroads near the center of town, and like the one that goes west has the bridge, and so you pass the pillory, and she like stops outside of the barracks, sighs before walking right in. You guys follow her. You're right behind her. You're like, you see them and you're like trying to catch up, but you see them go into the building. You witness the individual say, there has been a murder. Fair involved. And it looks like several of the Farron freeze, grab their spears, grab their stuff. Or the person at the desk starts jotting down their names as they go out, so they know who's going on patrol. And 4 people come out of the thing, following Cherry. And she says quickly, and she immediately just turns tails and runs back. She's still running faster than everybody else, so Oscar, you're just like, oh, we're going in? Okay, now we're going out. Unless you want to do anything else.
Yeah, while we're in there, 4 people is not enough. These fairies murked a bunch of guards. the town, for all we know, very well might be under attack. Like,
Go ahead and roll a persuasion
Yeah,
check.
4 people is not enough. Like, rouse the town guard.
I don't want to hurt them.
What?
I don't want to hurt the fairy folk.
Maeve shows up right at that moment to hear you say
Whoa.
that.
They
Yeah.
sure as hell want to hurt you.
They don't, though.
That's a 2. That is a 3.
They look at you. They look at you. They look at your garb, and then they look at the cherry, and they're all kind of unsure. And Cherry says, "And one more leaves, and comes with you." So there's now 5.
How many guards were there in the tavern with us? Like, multiple.
There was there wasn't guards. The cherry were kind of acting as guards there, but they weren't like.
They're
fully-
warriors. So
yeah, they're like
know how to fight.
Yeah, they're
not-
like from the area. They know what they're doing, and they were just kind of like the Farron have guard duties, but a lot of the factions split responsibilities. It's like I said, it's very kind of like takes a village kind of feel here. So at the moment, like it was probably at one point there were Farron there, and the Cherry says, "Hey, we're gonna chill out here for a bit. You can go. We've got this kind of, and that's kind of just like a thing, like because there's not enough Farron to actually guard the whole town. So kind of the Cherry and the Farron work together to guard the whole town, which is one of the reasons why they're building a wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the Fae attack in force, if that's just like an incursion, these folks.
Because
Are
it's because
toast.
the Farron are fully voluntary, so it's a fully volunteer basis. Whereas the Cherry, it's a little more complicated. You don't know about that too much. So 5 of them come out, and yeah, they follow them back to the Tilted Whisker. And Maeve, you witness this. You're like, I don't want to hurt the fairies.
I really don't. I mean, okay, so far what we've encountered, we encountered the little pixies that wanted to play a game.
Every fairy has been mean to us.
No,
Or tried to kill
the
us.
pixies wanted to play a game, and y'all ate them. The satyr was honestly, the satyr was just making people dance. He was
No.
hurting people.
to
No.
their death.
Worst club
No,
promoter
that man
ever.
wanted to commit many crimes.
Okay,
There's a
bad
reason he's in the
example. The
pill
satyr
right
was
now.
a piece of.
The games the Pixies wanted to
Okay.
play were not nice, fun, happy games.
And
But-
these ones
wait,
just
but
wanted
none
to
of-
Yes, but
Wait a minute.
jump
though.
to jump.
yes, but
Stern and Bastion aren't there though, so it's just
Yes.
Maeve is just expressing.
no,
this to the
none
gods,
of
right?
the. Okay, yeah, the pixies. They wanted to play a game, and honestly, if y'all hadn't killed them, we probably could have just fled without having to hurt them.
So you're talking to Oscar when you're saying Oscar, and,
Yeah.
the Farron when you're saying this.
Oscar to Grouch.
The satyr,
Up in this.
honestly, yeah, he deserved what was coming to him, but he's just honestly a crappy person to begin with.
And the baby snatchers?
They were collecting a debt,
Okay.
and everyone else got caught in the crossfire, right?
Real quick, I'm not sure you know that yet. I think only Pip is the one that's aware
Okay,
of
fair enough.
it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, point is,
Regardless, even
going
if
back to the
we
tavern?
knew they were collecting a debt, that's some like mafia style.
They also
debt
started
collection.
Murking everybody
Yeah.
in the bar.
As soon as they weren't like, "Oh, hey, sorry, we're here to collect a debt," they just started killing people.
You guys are having this
So-
conversation while you're headed back. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah.
While you're headed back to the Tilted Whisker.
Yeah, this is
Eventually,
like
you
some
guys
cartel
arrive. Let's
right
talk
here.
talk about the people that are on the first floor in the tavern themselves. You are still pling, 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 pling. You guys arrive and you see Bastions leaning at the door outside, twanging a just
Terrible.
5-year-old with the guitar.
Yep.
Bang, 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 bang.
I'm amazed you can make a lute sound like a dying animal.
You know,
Yikes!
never held any of Yolanda's instruments, so it'll take me some time, but I'll figure it out.
Len, why don't you tell me what you're doing? There is quite a bit of blood strewn about in this tavern.
Oh God.
Looking around like, and I would assume at some point I see Pip. Like I see Pip.
Never
like,
do that again.
I'm scared. I assume at some point I see Pip like walk down the stairs, be like, and just walk back up.
Just move back.
And I'll see that as like, okay, that's a reason to get out of here, and I'll just go upstairs as well and see what the hell Pip's doing.
Cool. You go upstairs while Pip is like rummaging through the roll top desk. Pip is not tall enough to like get to see the
He's
roll top desk.
standing on the
so,
bottom
yeah, he's like
drawer,
brought
like digging through the next drawer up.
yeah, he's pulled out the drawers so he could step on them like a ladder, so he could fully stand on
Yeah,
the desk
they're doing
and sort
that.
through things.
I'm not gonna let them know I'm there. I'm just gonna like stand against the wall, like.
Okay, cool.
Just, like,
Roll a
wait for
stealth
them,
check.
just like
for
wait
me.
for them to notice me.
Roll a stealth check. I'm gonna say at advantage because he is fully engaged.
Okay. That's
At advantage.
That's right. 9. That's funny. That's 15.
15. Cool. What's your passive perception?
15.
Okay, so once you finish like rummaging through this desk and figure out it's locked, and you like kind of pull it a little bit, and you're like,
You see, like, my little body being like,
yeah. So you're like your feet, like your taloned feet, kind of clawed feet, are like on the edge of the desk, and your hands are on the handle, and you're just fully pulling it, and the roll top desk is rocking back and forth and back and forth.
at
And-
first it's like, is my weight doing enough? And then it's like, oh, no, it is. It's rocking.
Yeah, it's rocking back and forth, and eventually, like, you almost fall, but then you let go because you like weird gravity, like falling in your chair, and you fall off, and your head goes back. And you're like, oh, and then you see Len upside down, like because you.
Hey,
You're
Len.
laying back flat, like leaning up against the doorway there.
What are you doing?
I'm investigating.
4.
You flip over.
4.
I'm trying to see why they made a deal.
Made a deal.
Yeah, why they were trying to take their baby. So the doublings are usually like they make deals with the fairies, and then they like switch and then they're like, oh, you can have my firstborn.
Okay. Do I know this? Like, would this be something I already know? Like, have an
That's a very good
understanding
question.
of?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's 9.
No.
Oh, 8. 8.
I'd say you've heard of what a doubling. You've heard of a
Okay.
doubling. You don't know anywhere near as much as what he knows.
Right.
Just from your basic training from your hunter background kind of deal.
Yeah. It'd be they also.
They right.
Yeah.
But the way that Pip describes things is very like chaotic, and like in bits and pieces. So
Pip is like still doing so. Pip's like still walking around the room and like looking for stuff as
Yeah.
that they're like
Right.
explaining this. So they're like, yeah. So then they like. So then the fairies are like, okay. So the fairies are like, hey, you want to make a deal? And then they're like, yeah. And then the people are like, yeah. And then so then the people make a deal, but they're like, the fairies want their firstborn or the secondborn, or the fairies want kids like me. And then where was I? And then and then when the people have kids, then the fairies are like, oh no, you had kids. Here you go. I'm gonna come and take your kids and switch them out with the doubling. So I just want to find out why they made a deal, or what deal they made. They probably just found a fairy, and then, yeah.
Do you know if doublings make deals with individuals or with groups?
I
as
think.
well?
Do they make? What I know, I would, based off that story, I would say that they'd make deals with whoever's in front of them.
Like,
So
could
if that's a group.
like, does it necessarily need to be these two people that made a deal with the fairies, or is it the town made a deal with the fairies?
I think it would. I don't think it would. Like, based off of what I know, based off that story, it would be these two people.
Okay.
Well, how can you also be so sure that these people made a deal with these fae? I wouldn't quite put it beyond them to find a family with a newborn baby and see an opportunity.
Well, that would be weird.
They
So we
haven't
need to find.
exactly expressed ethical concerns over these kind of things.
I
before.
I doubt they're particularly concerned. I would figure once they see an opportunity, they would go for it when they
Yeah,
can.
Just
but
to make it easy, you guys can all be back now
Yeah.
if you want
yeah,
to
but
be.
that's weird, right? They never do that,
I
right?
like how you literally hand
Like-
wave the hand waving.
I mean, who can say?
we were running back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
that's
guys were
weird,
outside. You
right?
guys go inside.
Like, that would be a weird thing. Wouldn't people be more freaked out by fairies if they just like randomly came in?
Let the
I open
fairy
the
come
door
downstairs.
and,
Like if
let
you
them
like,
in and-
like if you left an open door and you would just like, or an open window, and then a fairy would come in and take your baby.
I wouldn't put that beyond them, yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be like more of a thing?
I would like to have gone upstairs with this.
Yeah. Yeah. They actually ask you'd be like, this is
They're investigating
Baron business
downstairs,
now.
so
Like, you need to get out of the way. And
Do we?
and you guys are like, just to save time, like you guys are like, well, one of our comrades is upstairs. Can we go get him? And you guys go upstairs.
That
All
makes
of you.
sense. Good.
Steern is still comforting the widow.
Yeah, I'm 100%. If it's all right, I would like to be downstairs.
You want to still be there? Okay, cool.
Like still trying to comfort her.
Yeah, the Farron, they're not without compassion. They see what it is you're trying to do, and they kind of give you a little bit of a berth there. One of them does come up eventually and be like, we're going to have to get a statement from you eventually, sir.
Yes, of course.
Ma'am.
I'm willing to talk to whoever about this.
How did this come to light? What happened exactly?
So pretty much I came into this tavern expecting just, have a drink, sit down with some friends, and then I hear some screaming from upstairs. And so I hear the young lady screaming, and I see this baby being taken away. So at that point, by like some fake creatures. So at that point, I had to make a split decision, and so I tried to save both of them by attacking the Fae, in which they shifted their focus onto me, and then a lot more came about.
And you sure these were fey creatures? What did they look like?
Oh, jeez Louise. This is just me trying to remember what they looked like from
been
a
a
month
month.
ago. What are they? They were like wispy kind of things, right? I can't remember off the top.
Yeah,
of my
they were
head.
like
Trendy
wispy. Yeah, they were like kind of personified fey gas cloud things, but they had still kind of like looked. I think I have a picture here somewhere, but yeah, they were like they were kind of like gassy, wispy, little not storm clouds, but yeah, kind of like bluish and greenish, kind of floated, kind of spirity, ghosty, but for sure fey with black eyes and like
Yeah.
long gestalt ears.
For sure, yeah. So I just tell him that. I just give him that description.
Sure. What? Sounds like fey to me. How many of them did you say there were?
Oh, there were, I believe, 2 upstairs, and then I think, what was it, 3 altogether?
So like I think it was like
maybe?
it was 5 or 6 altogether.
5 or 6. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were 5 or 6. I think there were 2 upstairs, and then a couple waiting downstairs in case something happened.
And you fought these creatures?
Yes, we did.
The Farron looks over at the cherry, and the cherry nods, and very well. We'll get the mortician here as soon as we can to find next of kin and make sure we get these bodies out of the way. You know why they were here?
I don't know. Maybe some bad blood. I don't know their story yet. I tried asking her, but obviously she is in a state of shock. So.
And how long have you been in the city?
Oh, jeez, maybe just like a day now. I mean, we just got here. We've been on a long journey.
Right. Have you ever had any dealings with Faye before?
Nothing like this, no.
You think it might be possible that you were targeted or followed into the city by these creatures?
I don't think so, because why would there be a scream from upstairs from a person that we don't know? to target me or us.
Why, indeed. Well, thank you. Don't leave town anytime soon, all right?
Didn't plan on it.
Great. And then he kind of moves past you and leads down to the woman who still just can't process what has happened. He's like, ma'am. And he tries to like pull her away, be like, ma'am, we have to get, it's not sanitary. We have to start taking care of this. We need a statement from you. Like he realizes that she's just straight up not moving, and he's like, take care of the other ones, the other two first.
Okay, so
You guys are upstairs, yeah.
Yes, upstairs. I see the unconscious little Fey babe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the doubling child?
Yeah.
So it looks a lot like the actual baby,
Yes.
just kind of like warped and weird.
Yes. Bast. Do you still have that bag?
I'm downstairs guarding the door.
I thought you were upstairs with us. Okay. I would like to pick up the baby.
They say get out of the way.
No, I was outside still.
Oh, you're outside.
Yeah,
Alright,
like one of the
right.
Farron, one of the five
Oh.
Farron is like, move.
Oh.
My spot now.
Okay.
So you get kicked upstairs.
Right.
Oh, okay. Point is, I would like to pick up the baby and try to hide it.
I can hand
Okay.
you the bag if you want it.
Okay, you want to stuff it in the skin bag?
Yeah.
With the dead arm.
Puts the baby in the bag.
Very goopy arm in there right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I have. Like I am like fresh out of random cloths to wrap it in. Okay? Like I was gonna go
We should
shopping
buy more bags
and then
before we
things
leave
kept
town.
happening.
Buys
no,
more bags to put babies in.
No, honestly, like
Things in general.
I would like to hide
never
the
know
baby
when you get a
because
baby back.
the Farron are going to kill it. Their guards are most likely going to kill it
Wow.
because it's a
Okay.
Fae.
So are you like
No, I
trying
didn't kill
to?
the
Okay.
satyr.
I don't want them to. It's a
You want,
baby.
So you want to stuff this creature into a bag?
like
Is what you say?
Why don't we
I
just
don't
give
have
it
any,
to the
like-
guards? It's evidence.
my first thought was wrap it in cloth, but I'm like mostly out of those.
You don't know that the guards are gonna kill the baby, and you can even
They
tell
have a
them-
very strong anti-Fae stance.
I mean, I think a lot of us do.
Did you have
but
a
they
tent?
also,
Satyr.
they also didn't kill the satyr.
maybe.
Yeah, they didn't kill the satyr, and he was the worst.
Didn't you guys buy tents? No, I guess
No.
no. I guess you didn't.
No.
You could even
so-
tell them like, don't
I-
kill the baby. Like, I'll fight you.
Okay, well, I probably have some kind of skirt or something I can wrap it in.
Yeah, you want to stuff it under your dress?
That's a bad idea.
I'm just trying to get
I
an
would
idea
like,
as to what it is.
I would like. I'm trying to like wrap it up and hide it some way, shape, or form. I don't exactly
The
know.
dirty clothes pile on the floor is being used to like cover the baby.
You know that works. I just want to like. I
You
don't
want to
know.
throw it in the laundry basket?
No, I want to. I want to have it with us.
Let's just.
Oh, you
I want to take it.
Why are we taking
I mean,
the
there's
baby?
bedding on the bed.
No.
I mean, I have a backpack too,
You
some
want to
kind.
put the not so baby in your backpack
in my like adventurer bag thing.
if you want to.
Yeah, I'll wrap it in like kind of a skirt and kind of put it in the bag for now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You wrap it up and put it in the bag. This unconscious not so baby in your backpack. Great.
Sweet. That's all I wanted to do.
You do
'cause-
so. All of you see her do this.
That's a terrible idea.
Why?
Now
why
the cops are gonna suspect us. They're already like,
Why are
No,
you taking
why,
the creature with
Why are
you?
you doing that?
now we're obstructing their investigation.
Stop doing that.
Because it's a baby.
It's weird.
So are you.
Yeah, but you hate me.
It's a
Oh my god.
evil fake creature.
I don't
And it's
hate
one-
you.
yeah,
I
but
just
this
don't-
one-
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
Yeah, you don't know that baby either. So why are you stuffing it?
I feel a little awkward. about
Got
it.
like
cops
a
hear all of this.
reverse birth going on here.
Reverse birth.
I mean,
oh my god.
I understand your compassion, but
I mean, I would put you in a bag too if you would fit.
Yeah.
This-
I don't
this
think
isn't
any of
really-
us-
That's a lie. I would not do any such thing. If it was up to me, you would have been back on that road. But
this,
you know.
this seems a little out of character.
Anyway.
You're-
Why do you care so much?
Exactly.
It's a baby.
Who gives a crap?
You don't
It-
really care about
It
anything
just
but yourself.
looks
No,
like
I
a
did
baby.
though.
Really?
I don't want this. I don't want anyone to actually get.
Do
I don't
Are
you?
you sure?
I don't
Yes.
think it's actually a baby. I
When
think it
has
just looks
killing
like a
things
baby.
ever been my thing?
No, I mean, are you sure that's your motivation? We've had things messing with our mind a lot recently.
I have no ulterior motives whatsoever.
Inside check.
Can I
Yeah,
insight
can
that?
I simply want to put this baby
Oh, I got an
in my bag.
Pip is too angry about everything. Pip got a nat 1.
That's a 20.
They're too angry.
Are you lying or you telling the truth?
I legit just want to save this baby.
Okay. 21. She's.
Like,
It seems like she has good intentions. She's
I-
like.
The
I don't think any of us, including the guards, are going to just outright kill this thing. They didn't kill the satyr either.
It's kind of like an uncanny valley thing. Like it still looks young and childish, so you're like,
Okay.
it's innocent, right? It must.
yes,
be.
it must be innocent. Also,
but I mean,
they
that's,
didn't just outright kill the satyr because, well, the satyr is known. If they killed it, that would cause an incident. This is a baby. If the baby died and vanished, no one would notice.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm not following. The
we would
logic here
notice, and the lady that was
No,
up
we
here
would-
would
we-
know.
Yeah.
Like,
The satyr,
This
on the
is-
other hand, is a well-known fey critter.
it's also part of like what happened here. We're gonna have to tell them that this thing exists.
today. Yeah.
That's fine. I just have it with me so they can't just
That's-
immediately go
okay,
stabby stab.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
That's
Granted, don't want to watch it get stabbed.
Hiding the baby from the cops makes us look hella guilty.
So
So take
Point of
it
order.
out of your backpack.
almost all of you witnessed the fact that when these Fae were killed, they turned into a small pile of like iron shavings, of like very rusted iron shavings. So much so that like they kind of like disintegrated into like dust. This is also a Fae creature.
Okay, I take it out of my bag, but I hold on to it.
Okay, but like I'm saying, point of order, there is a possibility to be like, oh, well, we killed it, and just be like, yeah, there's a bunch of ashes all over the place.
I don't.
I don't want
I
to
don't-
do that.
This thing might be worth some money.
Well, like, but not actually kill it, just hide it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would we want to have a
I don't-
freaking baby with us?
Yeah. I don't want anything to do with this thing other than handing
Remind
it
me,
over
how old are
in
you?
exchange for money, if possible.
How many things did you kill in the last fight?
He may be young, but he can take care of himself. That thing cannot.
With self-defense.
Many of the things that we've encountered
Yeah, I know. How many
recently,
things did you kill in the last fight for
Too
himself?
many.
you would not be able
Same
to
here.
protect that babe from those things.
Do you want to protect things, that baby?
A boulder coming down on our head would.
Also, I mean, I guess would Pip know? Is that literally a baby, or does it just look?
Pip fully knows that that's a doubling.
Yeah,
Pip
just
fully knows
it
that that's-
looks like a baby.
It looks like a baby. It looks like a carbon copy of that actual baby. Except like now that it's like cover's been blown and like the whole switcheroo never like fully completed, it looks a little like different and odd. Like its teeth aren't gums, they're little sharp barbs. And like its eyes, its pupils are far too big for like it has no irises, and like its ears are still a little pointed. Like it's like it was like almost a perfect copy and it just didn't finish yet. So this still looks like a little Fae-y, but it's a little hard to tell. Like from a distance, if it was swaddled, you would not be able to tell. You'd think it was the same baby,
A baby.
a Faby.
We could bring it back to the Fae somehow. To the woods, maybe
We
spot
can
a
bring
fairy.
it to the guardhouse and ask
I
them
think
for
we should
money.
just bring it to the guardhouse and let them figure out what the hell to do with it.
It seems like
It's not our problem.
exactly. You guys are taking on responsibilities when we got other things to worry about.
This seems pretty important to me.
Okay.
I mean, as long as they don't
Yeah.
kill it, I don't see.
I agree. If the
how it's
cops
a
are like, we're just gonna
responsibility.
summary execute this thing, I would be against that.
So hold on to it while we
I'm
talk
not
to them.
carrying this child with us.
Yes.
Okay. What's Len thinking about?
That's a tasty baby. It's a tasty little nugget of blood.
No snacks.
I wonder what Fey blood tastes like.
No, he doesn't have to wonder. He knows.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
What the fuck are we gonna do with this?
This
fucking
Fey baby tastes different than adult Fey.
What does Dad Stjern think?
He's still downstairs, yeah?
Still downstairs.
Oh, he's still downstairs, right? Yeah. Okay. Great, Stjern. You notice that what looks like one of the Farron, like nods and everything. It's headed upstairs, and you guys hear someone coming upstairs.
I hope he didn't hear all that
Did I
talk about
finish
how
my
we're
scope around the
obstructing
room?
justice.
Yeah, you can do that. You can like be snooping while you're having this conversation. You can be like, yeah, and then you turn around and
Pip
you're like
is, like,
exasperated,
angry.
say, but you still like go back and
I tucked the baby back in the bag.
you tuck the baby back in the
Yeah.
bag. Okay, cool.
Oh, is the one that's going upstairs the same one that questioned me?
No. This is just the one that's questioning you is doing their best to comfort the woman, the mother, as best they can, while at the same time, it's kind of a little awkward. They're like they don't really know what it is that they're doing. They're trying, but
Try your best, buddy.
yeah. It's just another one that's just go ahead up there, just like, hey, make sure the place is clear, you know, that whole thing.
Okay, scope the room.
Sure.
Not one. I was too angry.
You're too exasperated.
Okay,
Angry.
then I'll just like... still a 6, but...
You know, I think I'd rather be done with this as
Oh,
soon
yeah.
as possible and go rest somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick. I was kind of just like in total like comfort mode, but now I'm like, okay, let's take a step back. Now I kind of want to scope out the downstairs just to see if there's any weird things happening with any of the guards that decided to
Sure.
come help
I mean,
or whatever.
so you're like conducting your own investigation while they're doing their investigation. So here, I'm gonna have you do two things. One, I'm gonna have you roll a stealth check just to see if you can, like, you know, stay out of their, like, you know, peripherals, so that they don't be like, hey, what are you doing? Get out! Like, you're done. Get out of here. Like, this is our place now. So first do that.
The fuck is that? Oh shit. Well, we'll see. That's like a 6.
Well, you can roll at advantage because they're busy doing, like, fully, like, engaged doing stuff.
Isn't that 20 right here then? Isn't that 20 with that new information you just gave me? That's cocked. That's an improvement. That's a 7 right there, boy.
Jeez. Okay, so you get like you're kind of like start snooping around, and then like you kind of turn your head, and there's a Farron right there who just puts his hand on your chest, and he's like, "It's thank you for your help, but I think it's time for you to leave."
Okay.
What's your passive perception?
Good. Really good. 17.
17. Okay, you look over this guy's shoulder and off on the far wall to one of the windows, and you see on the windowsill what looks like a small saucer filled with some sort of light white liquid. That's like that's odd.
Is that like kind of like on the way to go upstairs?
It's just one of the windows down here. No, it's on the other side, but it's just like one of the windows near the
Damn.
fireplace.
I was gonna see if I could check it out. Like I don't know what I can do with that. Is that like milk? Or cat around here?
Could be milk. Yeah.
Why don't you taste it and find out?
Yeah, it's a saucer. Of,
She's just like, excuse me, just a second. I just have to go drink that milk real quick.
excuse me, just a second. There's a white liquid out there. I gotta see what it is.
He just looks at you like, no.
Will you taste it?
Again, no.
Then you aren't doing your job right. Like the fuck. Okay, and then then I go upstairs, I guess. And
The
I
guy
do the
looks
rest.
at, are we supposed to taste things that we find? Like, no.
And then I'm teaching that in cop school. The fuck is going on here? Man, crazy. All right, and then I guess I go upstairs to join them.
He's like, please, sir, please, we need to empty the place. You need to leave.
Okay, I just go outside. I guess.
Stern does not
What do you want me to do? He asked me to leave. There's only two places I could go, upstairs or outside. And I'm like, I guess I'll go
Because
outside.
the guard comes up there and is a little surprised to see all of you here. You go like, we're gonna have to ask you to all vacate, please.
You got it, sir. Pip walks downstairs.
Of course. And Maeve just walks past him.
Oh, there should be a baby somewhere around here, Pip says.
Yeah, we found a baby. Like, they were trying to swap the babies. That was what started this whole thing.
Pulls out a notepad, starts writing. You saw this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was under.
Where's this baby now?
Pretty sure she's got it.
Yeah, she's got it.
Oh.
You guys are ruthless.
We're not gonna let them kill the baby, but I'm not lying to the cops
You
after
like
we
walking
just showed
by
up
him and go like,
to a
"Ma'am,
tavern
ma'am,
and 3
please."
people
Oh.
died.
Yes, and I do have it.
Ma'am, why do you have this baby?
Pip just walks away.
I'm trying to protect it. The baby has done nothing wrong. And I just...
Is it an actual baby?
Yes, it's a small, living little thing.
It's a fey creature.
It's a little creature.
So are spiders.
Why do you... Is this... You said this baby started this whole thing?
No.
Well,
The fae that attacked us...
yeah, these piles of dust
The,
on the ground.
the piles of dust and iron shavings you see about, those were the ones that attacked us.
They were trying
And
to
this
swap
baby-
the babies.
But this baby is Fae. They
Yeah,
brought this baby?
100%.
Yes.
So why do you...
What would you do with it if I handed it to you?
That's not for me to say, ma'am. I'm just trying to find out what happened here, and if this baby is not a baby, but a Fae creature, then I'm gonna have to figure out why it's here, what it is, and who brought it here, and
Whether
what
or
to
not
do
there's
with
a
it.
reward for it, who knows, maybe.
a reward for a baby that's not a baby.
The little one, he said something about a Dublin. Something from the stories. The fairy tales.
I might have to bring an officer in on this.
But I
this is
mean-
really my-
We really do think it's, even if it is Fae, it's still like a babe. Fae.
How about this?
She's just, the maternal instincts kicking in. She just wants to...
I'm going to assign you an escort back to... Oh, I don't even know. Why don't you head back to the barracks? I'm going to assign you an escort back to the barracks, and we can figure out, and I'll have one of my superiors meet with you and figure out what to do with this.
The barracks.
Yes.
That
Right.
sounds very uncomfortable.
That's where we dropped off the satyr, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Like
kind
near
of
the
suite
pillory.
do you have provided for me at the barracks?
None? You will not be staying at the barracks, ma'am.
Oh,
Did anybody write down the name of the desk lady?
The
then I would
treasurer,
prefer to
the
go
other
to
goblin?
an inn.
I did.
Ivanish Bra?
If you're not going to
Yes.
provide us a place to rest, I would
No.
rather be escorted to an inn.
That's.
Oh, look, ready.
Is that the
Ma'am,
sheriff?
you have a fey creature in your possession,
That's a sheriff.
which has been implicated in many, many crimes. You will either do this voluntarily
Raucous.
or not so voluntarily.
How is a baby implicated?
Ma'am, it is a fey creature. You have all confessed as such. Seeing as there was just an attack of fey creatures on us, resulting in multiple deaths.
On both sides.
We spoke with a Raucous earlier today at the desk. Is that where we're going?
The
The goblin
leader
lady.
of the Farron?
The
No,
goblin
no, no.
lady.
The goblin.
We turned in a bounty. somebody working the front desk.
That Rockus Vincentus is the leader of the Ferret.
Oh,
I got the names all messed up.
Who is the?
the goblin that we.
I don't remember the name of the goblin.
What was?
The one
Oh
that
yeah,
we.
you're right. You're right.
Ivanish Brog is the other name I have written down, but I
Yeah,
think that's
that's
the
it.
actual fawn.
Gobbo Goblinson.
Avanish Brog is the fawn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so then I did write down the
Satyr?
name.
I thought I did.
No,
No.
Avanish Brog is the fawn. The like the
The
local
actual sheriff.
reeve or sheriff. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said like FAWN.
No, F-A-F-O-N.
That is
fawn.
The
Yeah.
title is the fawn.
Gotcha.
Fawn. Yeah. They're like de facto
Mhm.
like head here in Quasmont.
Cool.
Kind of responsible for representing all of the factions' well-beings.
Never mind. Sorry.
I think it's probably best if all of you take a trip to the barracks, seeing
Yep.
as you all know each other quite well.
that's fine.
Can do.
Yeah, I
You
would
got
agree.
it.
Our friend that was downstairs, is he still down there? Gather him on our way.
Can I telepath to
The older gentleman.
Dressed in furs,
Yes.
with a dad bod.
that
He's outside.
that one, yeah.
It's
Can I
canon
telepath to Stern? Going, how's it going down there? While I'm like up, like before you guys.
Do you have to see him? To connect?
Probably. Is there a window in there?
I don't think there was upstairs.
No, there wasn't.
There
Then
were-
I
there
think
were
I
windows
would like as soon as I
downstairs.
saw a window, like just to try it out.
I mean, you're like a couple feet away from them once you get downstairs.
I know.
So, yeah.
I think
Um,
Pip would still do it.
Sure. Yeah, there's a window right next to the door. You
How's
get-
it going out there?
What do I say? Exceptionally well. I think everything is all good here.
Amazing. See anything weird?
I saw a white liquid that I would have taken.
Pip's gonna try to stealth over to it. It's not gonna go well, but we're gonna
roll
try.
a stealth check. Yeah.
That
Like
is
this.
a 15.
Good question.
15. You can do it at advantage because they're all busy. Except for
Yeah,
this one dude.
still 15.
They rolled a 5 and a 4. Yeah, you can sneak all the way across the room, scuttling under tables behind the bar, like going like a mouse over the cuckoo clock, like a goblin over the mantle of the fireplace, and all the way to the far window. And there looks to be like a little saucer, like a little dish filled with what looks like milk.
Is there anything weird about it?
It's lukewarm.
That's
Is there anything weird about it? It's a dish filled with milk on a windowsill.
But why the hell would they put it on a windowsill? That's weird.
A neighborhood cat, perhaps.
Roll a history check.
Oh, was this like the signal for the to
Meta knowledge.
Don't.
That is a 19.
19. You know some of the stories that sometimes offerings are given to the Fae or the fairies in order to appease them and
Milk is a
make sure
popular
that they don't become little like creepy, nasty, vengeful creatures and it's kind of like putting lamb's blood over your doorway kind of feeling. It's like putting milk on the windowsill. This milk looks untouched.
Take this and leave us alone, kind of thing.
Interesting.
Which means someone here knew about this
Well,
practice.
the town's been under attack, so this could just be them hedging their bets.
Possibly.
Okay.
But it also could be, yeah, they know how to deal with Fae, and so they were doing whatever they could.
Is Pip gonna be a jerk or not? Let's find out.
That's up to you.
Has everyone had a cookie?
No.
Yes.
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
Is there only one left?
There's two more.
You can have mine.
You can have mine.
I'm not gonna have it.
Wait, have y'all not had
If
cookies?
you give a Pip a cookie,
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Go ahead, man. I'm
Oh,
not
very
fan.
much like a cookie.
Can I
Okay.
can I have it?
Stretch.
I am going to. Okay, is the person still over by her? By the woman who just lost her wife?
Yes, he's like now like removed her from the body, and is kind of like, and her like eyes are wide, and there's still like tears streaming down, and she's like staring off like vacant expression somewhere else, while still like absent-mindedly rocking the baby a little bit, while another Farron's kind of just pulls a canvas over the body.
Okay. Do I see any other things that are like kind of fey
You want
red?
to take time to investigate?
No, just like a quick perception check of like fey
Sure.
red
Go ahead and roll
flags.
perception check.
That is a 23. 22.
22? Okay.
Make sure we're on the same page.
You... Not really. You don't see anything else here other than, I mean, like, there's the aftermath of
Yeah.
death, and you notice that saucer that Stern had mentioned. There looks to be like some runes about, but will just look like runes of protection, just kind of like, just not like actual magic, but just like little, just kind of like traditional, like, oh cool, I put this on my mug and it means good times, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You look over, like, as you're like leaving over the doorway, you see just kind of like the same thing, like kind of like bless this mess type of kind of feel, but not exactly in those words, but that kind of thing.
Cast comprehend languages just so I can understand what it says.
Do you cast it?
No.
Okay.
Stands
Live,
there for
laugh,
10
drink.
Stands there for 10 minutes. Ha!
Yeah.
Walks through the door.
Cool. All right. All of you are outside then. And you are flanked by two Farron.
Hey, Stern, they told us we got to go to the barracks and wait for this all to be
Alright.
over. So,
I'll lead the way.
headed back that way.
So they had some milk.
I mean, it is an inn, so.
On the windowsill
Oh.
to keep the fairies out.
Ew. Like, warm?
Yeah.
Wait.
Like,
Do you people still drink milk?
yes.
With every school lunch.
Yes, it goes well in my tea.
Isn't that a little weird?
Anyway, so
It's not my milk.
Sorry.
That's weird. The image of Bastard milking a whale somewhere.
Manatee.
Milking a manatee,
I don't
sea
like
cow.
that at all.
Just imagining Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, the green milk. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I mean, in general, that's a little weird, but is it significant? Does it mean something?
No, because like
Or is it just weird?
no.
It means it's likely spoiled.
Well, yes, but no, because they keep the fairies out with milk. It's like you give it's like a milk a day keeps a fairy away.
Strange question. Where do you get the milk from?
Cows or goats.
Okay. Livestock. Gotcha.
Anyway,
You have much to
Furiously
learn
takes
about.
notes.
Sure.
Basil's
Anyway.
just writing down different things that produce milk.
Let me, Bass, let me walk you through the process sometimes in which us landlings make cheese.
I fully discuss to him the
What?
process of pasteurization.
Cheese, the stuff that they've been serving us with dinner that That's milk.
What did you
Yes.
think it was?
Some kind of vegetable. I don't know. You guys don't explain this stuff to me.
It's a vegetable in my world.
Great. So you guys are
Having this weird conversation.
having this weird conversation.
Flanked by two
We have like
guards.
2 guards who are they're then being escorted to the barracks. You eventually pass the pillory and you head into the barracks. The barracks is a little frantic right now. You see quite a bit of people kind of like moving around, quite
Is it
hurried.
the same office we went into last time?
Yes, yeah. This is like the central office. This is like where you went last time. Or
Sorry.
technically no, because the first one was just one that was right near the gatehouse.
Okay.
This one is like the main pillory. This
Gotcha.
is the main office. This is the one that you and Maeve just went to.
So we're not going to see my goblin friend.
Not here, unfortunately. You walk in. It's a bit. There's a lot going on. So you get escorted in. It looks like there is a desk assistant that's working and stuff. Looks to be a halfling with like bifocals down all the way and like doing their best to write and script and like make a point, and the people are rushing out and you're getting shoved to the side as people are arming themselves and moving about. One of the guards that was with you talks to the desk assistant. Desk assistant continues writing and nods while looking up before this what looks like a small. I don't want to say squirrel. I want to say like. What do you call them? They're like little.
Like a chipmunk? Is
Kind of.
it
It's not a
squirrel-like?
chipmunk. It's like a rodent, but it looks to be not necessarily like fey, but like just kind of like a little like a forest sprite kind of thing. Like kind of just like think of like the
Like a
things
chinchilla?
from Princess Mononoke deals.
Oh,
So
fair.
there's like this little guy, and it's like when you call those
Like the
in
little,
Norwegian folklore, they're the little house spirits, nissas. It looks
Okay.
like a nissa, so it doesn't have any face, just like just a big old nose, no eyes, and it's just like hair that kind of goes down over the face, and it's just this little thing with like bulbous hands and legs that just kind of comes down like the banister of the stairwell, and this guy like rolls a piece of paper, or folds up a small piece of paper, hands it to the nissa, and the nissa just kind of like grabs on the railing and just reverse goes up the railing, like
I need a
slides up the
dishwashing
railing.
Hilda. Reminds me.
And like just like a little house sprite, a very very minor fey creature that's like not necessarily aligned or anything like that. And then you see even yet another battalion like leave, and like looks like it's been kind of like there's a bit of a lockdown in process now. Like things are happening and people are starting to move now that like several deaths have been reported by like, and many witnesses have been like injured, several injures and several fatalities from authentic fey creatures that have entered the borders and like done like an actual attack happened, a full on attack. And one of the Farron comes over and like, you're just gonna wait here. And one of them leaves with one of the battalions, and the other one's there to keep an eye on you. And you're just like in a little antechamber off to the side near the stairwell and the front desk, kind of waiting for a couple minutes, just a couple, until you hear a door crash open from up the stairs. Bang, 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 bang. Someone come downstairs halfway, like lean down so they can see what's downstairs, and go like, "Is that them?" Yes. Yes, sir. Bring them up here. Do it now. And the desk assistant looks at you, and then looks at the other Farron. The Farron looks at you and
That's us.
gestures.
Start walking up the stairs.
Okay. You walk up the stairs, turn to the right. There's an open doorway that leads into like an office with many books and like parchment kind of strewn about. There looks to be a scale in the corner made of what looks like solid gold. Upon it is what looks like a slab with like a small stone slab marked with like some sort of script on it. Looks like the commandments that kind of sitting there, and the other one, and on the other side looks like just like an ingot of iron, and it's just perfectly balanced. And you walk in, and you just hear, "Come in and shut the door," as they're scribing on something. And
Pip
Farron-
tries to shut the door, but it's too tall. Pip's like jumping.
The Farron gestures you in, and just go, and then you're like, "You coming in?" And the Farron's like,
Maeve just strides
He
confidently.
helps you
in.
shut
Sure.
the door.
I'll just head on in.
you shut the door.
No, the Farron like leave you to your own fate. Like finishes shutting
so
the
the
door.
door's closed and you are in. This person looks rather official. They're actually wearing a uniform, whereas a lot of the Farron aren't wearing uniforms. This one looks like they have like commissioned or made themselves a nice uniform. It does have what looks like the very official badge of the Quasmont, like that rounded red cross kind of thing, but it's not red. It's just like a rounded cross, equilateral cross. And looks like they have pauldrons. There's a side cape that comes off one side. There's a rope that comes down and kind of comes back up. That's of like a gold laced twine. And this individual is like,
Greetings.
I have a question.
I don't have time for your questions. I only have time for my questions and your answers. Now, can one of you tell me what in the God's damn hell happened?
Okay, first I was gonna ask, would Maeve know the correct salute for this guy? Because she does have a background in studying military tactic history.
Sure. This looks like less military and more law enforcement.
Okay.
And
she does her best.
which
to...
technically is kind of the same here because they don't have a standing army. This isn't that's not what they have. They have peacekeepers. The Farron are like the peacekeepers. And so this looks like more law enforcement. This individual looks like they may have had a background in military, and which is probably why they're in this position or have rose to the ranks of this position with the good management and all that kind of jazz, because they know how to run a contingent. But other than that, you've never been here. The types of titles are...
She does a half bow and then a salute just to cover her
Sure,
bases.
you cover your bases. You got it.
It's a fairly straightforward situation, sir. We came in this morning, had lunch with a nice family, the Rajives, and then we were passing by this bar. It sounded like there was some fun going on in there. We stopped. My friend here heard a struggle upstairs and went to see what the fuss was. And then all of a sudden, these ghostly-like creatures just start killing folk.
And you have other witnesses other than you that were there?
I mean, there were a couple of your folk. Well, I don't know if they were your folk. The politics around here are a little gray, but they were fighting alongside us.
I'm not to put too fine a point on it, but they wouldn't still be fighting if we wasn't there. Those fairy folk cut down tavern goers.
What do you mean, some of ours?
The half-elf folk with the markings on them.
Half? You mean the wood elves?
Yeah, those folk.
You mean the cherry?
Yeah. I mean, chaos. Most of the patrons ran out the door, but,
A number of
And the
them.
cherry were there before you were?
yes. There was some sort of sport going on. Tables surfing. Something like that.
Something barbaric.
All right.
Upstairs there was...
How many of them were there?
5 or 6.
What they look like?
Upstairs. 3 times.
ghostly
4.
fey folk.
Try to jump down your throat with the ghost misty stuff.
When
You sure they
when
were
you
fey?
killed them, they turned into like
Iron shavings and stuff.
Yeah.
So they were fey. All right.
And there was a.
rust.
All right.
They were trying to swap out a baby.
Starts writing.
Y'all want to tell them what happened upstairs? I
Yeah.
wasn't there for that.
Yeah, so they had like a doubling, and they were trying to swap out like the barkeep's baby with the doubling, and then we
You
stopped.
said they were strangling her. when
Yeah,
you
they
got
were
there.
There
strangling.
was a baby involved.
Yeah, a doubling baby.
May brought it with
brought
us.
it with her.
You brought a fey here?
Yeah, that's what we
I mean,
told, we
it's
said.
an infant.
It is.
It's not a danger
It
to
is an
anybody
infant.
at the moment. Other
It's,
than
you have it with you?
It bites pretty vicious, but
It's not pretty vicious. It's not that. It doesn't hurt that bad.
It's
It wasn't a combat.
Produce this creature.
why should I?
Really show it to him. You didn't say fork it over.
You are a guest in this city.
Okay.
And as a guest in this city, you must also prescribe to the same laws of this city.
You know, that makes sense. I pull the baby out of
she's
bed.
just a little weary about the fate of this infant.
I just want no harm to befall this child.
That's not up to you,
And why not?
because you're a guest, and you are not one that make the laws or enforce them.
I continue holding on to the baby.
But do you show the baby? Or you said you pulled it out, or
I pull out the baby's wrapped in cloth. I pull out ball of cloth from bag.
Swaddled baby kind of
okay.
thing.
Is it an actual? Can you show me the creature, please?
It's right here.
Do
I
you
am
like-
not giving it to you.
Ma'am, is there a reason why you will not hand over a creature that is at the center of whatever just happened here, and as that could possibly have been the reason why several deaths have been caused in my city?
The baby itself didn't hurt no one. And I think what she's worried about is that you will take out your frustrations upon an innocent creature.
Its innocence or guilt is not up to me. Its innocence or guilt is not up to you. It is up to a council and the fawn to decide upon should the time and need arise. But for right now, seeing as there is a possibly intimate and immediate threat to the well-being of the people in this town, please show me the damn not-so-baby.
We call it a baby.
First, I have one question. Why are the Fae and your guards fighting?
You'll have to ask the Fae.
I would like to. How do I do that?
Maybe you're gonna get arrested.
Maybe go out into the city, maybe go out into the forest and find one and ask him yourself, show me the damn baby.
Gonna get arrested so hard.
No, I'm not gonna save you.
Yeah.
Maeve,
Maeve.
I think at this point,
I reveal the baby.
you've done what you
The
could.
baby. Right here. The child.
He like kind of looks at it. He doesn't. He walks up a little slowly. Looks like he's got a little limp.
It's sleeping.
Well, we knocked it unconscious.
He doesn't need
They're not the same.
It's disturbing.
They're similar.
I apologize for my temper, but listen, I am not in the habit of sending children to their deaths. But I don't know where y'all are from, but where I'm from is here. And here, many people have befallen the tricks of the Fae that have said, oh, I'm just a wee helpless little child, but I'm actually 3,000 years old and I'm gonna bite your head off.
Listen, I can give you a full recount of the situation if you'll listen to me for a moment.
Walks back over to the desk, very well. Pulls out a ledger.
So, The incident began when we believe some of the Fae had snuck into the room of the proprietors of the tavern with the intention of kidnapping their baby and replacing their baby with this creature right here, this doubling. The Fae were caught in the act, and a fight broke out. My companions and I did our best to fight these Fae while defending the patrons of the tavern along with the guards. There were many casualties, but ultimately we managed to destroy the Fae that we were aware of within the tavern. There was no longer any sort of confrontation. The proprietor's baby is safe, and we have managed to bring this Fae child here with us. And this Fae child has posed no threat whatsoever, besides perhaps a biting habit, but its bite is no more destructive than a puppy.
So you're saying this creature is but a victim of circumstance?
As far as we can tell, yes.
Oh,
Yes?
well, I mean, like, it's a doubling, so, like, its whole point is to be, like, a decoy for, like, families.
Decoy.
To be like, oh, I actually have a kid, and then when it turns, like, 5, it'll, like, walk back into the forest and be like, oh, I'm not actually a kid. I was a Fae the whole time.
So
Ha
it
ha
was
ha.
the Fae, so you're saying it was the Fae's intention to put a sleeper agent in our midst?
Not a sleeper agent. It's just kind of maybe a sleeper agent. I don't know.
Sleepy.
Perhaps.
It's being-
I don't know the Fae's
Yeah,
intention. All I know is that that's a Fae thing. They put the Fae thing in the Fae house, in the human house, and then usually when the doubling gets to be like 3 or 4, they like walk back home
Okay.
to the Fae.
Let me describe this to you. Think of a parasitic bird who finds a nest and destroys its eggs, and then puts its own eggs in that nest so the other bird may raise its young.
Cuckoos.
I'm familiar with this analogy.
Why are you so much better at explaining things?
I went to school.
I
went to college.
I went to college.
I can't rightly allow a Fae creature that could do such harm, or very well find another babe to impersonate. We don't know what how much free will this thing has, or what its capabilities. You said as it is asleep. What happens when it wakes up? Should I just let it roam around the city with you?
We'll take it with us.
No.
Out of the city.
No, I have to
have-
buy paper.
Do you have an orphanage or
Well, the city's locked
No.
down right now. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, good. So
an
I can buy
orphanage or
paper.
like a foster family type situation?
One that would take this creature?
Willingly, yes.
I mean, it is still a babe that will need to be raised for the next 3 or 4 years.
But it's not actually a baby. It just looks like a baby.
So you're
It's
just
a
gonna-
fake creature that has changed its shape to look like a baby. I see this as no different than the satyr.
If this is a fake creature that only resembles a baby and isn't a baby in its own sense,
Fake
then what
creatures are
reason-
still babies at some point.
Yeah, what reason would a Fae have to want people in a settlement to raise this creature?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Are you proposing we interrogate this child?
Can it speak?
No.
Not that we
I'm
know
gonna speak
of.
to it in Sylvan and be like, "Hi,
It's
can you
sleep.
speak?"
Well, it's
We
okay.
wake
It's
up.
unconscious.
You wake it up?
Do I actually? I'm not gonna wake it up.
Wait. Try waking it up and I'll cast Detect Thoughts.
I mean, does it have
It's up to you.
thoughts?
What do you guys
Goo
want to do?
Gaga need milk.
I mean, then we'll find out if it's an actual baby.
Hey, we know where to
Yeah.
find some milk.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? Yeah, I'll wake it up and be like, "Cooch, cooch, 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 cooch."
Okay, you...
What's your AC?
No, you wake it up. It wakes up.
I'm saying, Sylvan,
Maeve's just having it.
can you understand what I'm saying?
Detect Thoughts.
Oh, you cast Detect Thoughts. You sense, yeah, it understands you. Fully understands you, like innately, like it's born with the knowledge to understand. It looks like you're also like kind of getting. You don't go too much deeper. You get the surface thoughts. Like you hear his voice in its voice, in its head. Like you hear those words being repeated, so it understands him. It also, what you're kind of sensing is some sort of programming that of like it keeps thinking, act like a baby, be this baby, act like a baby, be this baby, act like a baby. need to be a baby.
Not actually a baby.
It's not a baby.
Fake
It's not a
creature's the
baby. It's definitely not a baby. It's like Play-Doh that's
But
been
it's also like
squashed into a baby.
its surface thoughts are very, very basic. Like it rather than having like its because as a baby all you know is self-preservation. You whine when you want food and yada yada, and you try to get, and you only cry. So rather its response, it's only so it's like its thought process is equal to a thing that is young, where it can only think. But rather than it whining and crying, it straight up its imperative is to act like a baby, and that's all it knows is to act like a baby. Because like it's almost like when you do true polymorph. If you polymorph into a moth, you become a moth with an intelligence of 1, and you're a moth, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna chew on this fabric. Oh look, a light. So it's like it's fully into
like
the shape that it is.
Okay.
Its brain power is equal to what it actually.
So it's like it has the brain power of a baby.
It's like a fey creature that has like
the brain power of a baby.
It has
has a brain power of a
transformed
baby.
itself into a baby.
Yeah, like
limitations and all.
The analogy is if a fey creature casts polymorph on itself permanently to turn into a baby,
Okay, cool.
and then decided to grow cast true polymorph and stayed as a baby.
Okay. I kind of poorly explained that as
Okay.
Pip would.
So, I have a few
You get
questions.
stuck there, as
Simply put, do the Fae have the ones attacking you? Do they have a leader? Do they have someone that's in charge and coordinating this?
I would love to know that.
Okay.
We don't share our intelligence about possible attacks with the public, or for that matter, newcomers. But
Okay.
it is an ongoing investigation.
Okay. Well, simply put, I had an idea.
Other than taking this baby,
That's
Yes,
definitely
my
not a
plan is-
baby.
It was definitely to carry this, definitely a baby. However, the baby can understand us, correct?
it can. So like it's weird. Like
yeah.
speaking it
So-
in like common and other languages, like it acts like a baby. It's like kind of maybe understand you, but Sylvan it like fully understands.
Okay.
Fully understands Sylvan. That's what you get from your
So-
detect thoughts.
Can't really answer you though.
Permission
Outside of what a
to
baby.
stand in the hall. Lynn, would you care to explain what we should do with this child?
Correct me if I was wrong. Because
And I just kind of.
I think we let the city deal with it as they should.
Here's my thoughts, right? We brought this satyr in who's responsible for some pretty serious
Dancing people to death.
pretty serious crimes, but
That
as
was
far
you.
as we know,
Yes.
not
Yes.
murder.
We're the ones that brought him in
But
this morning.
now we've got in our possession someone linked to a triple homicide.
Okay.
All I'm saying is we got paid pretty handsomely for the last one.
You want me to
I'm-
pay you a bounty for this not so baby?
That's
It's
what I'm
evidence.
saying.
Perhaps a reward for defending the city.
What do I do?
am-
Throw it in a cell with magic binding?
No, 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 no.
100%.
No,
Absolutely
No,
do
no, no,
that.
Okay.
no. You,
To be perfectly blunt, Fae are very bound to deals and agreements, correct? And they seem to be fond of, making agreements in exchange for someone's first child or something of that sort, from what I recall.
You might want to talk to the cherry more about that. Listen,
I was,
I'm Rockus Vincentis.
yes, you have said.
No,
You have not.
He
I
had
have
not-
Someone introduced you.
No, yeah.
Nope.
Really? Oh, you were talking names before this,
Yeah.
and you got everything mixed up. My bad.
I am
I'm
the
dumb.
I am the head peacekeeper of the Farron,
Of the fact.
and I am in charge of the well-being of all the volunteers and of the populace here and the civilian. We work together when we can with the Cherry and the Amber Guild to make sure that the civilians and the populace are taken care of. The Cherry offer their services when it comes to Fey knowledge every so often. They are sometimes tight-lipped about it, as for good reason, because they believe it is still not always knowledge that everyone needs to know about, and yada, yada, yada. None of my business. I do what I can when I can. However, what I know is that the Fae have recently become more of a threat to this town. I don't know why. I don't rightly care. All I really care about is that the people here are still safe. Hence, the erection of the palisade and the wall around the town to help us defend from exactly these types of things.
Okay.
Now, if we know for sure that we have a Fae within our walls, that it has the potential, or at least exemplary potential, to cause harm and to be the center of possibly, who knows if more Fae are going to come by to try to get this thing. Should we just throw it back in the forest? Should we lock it up, or do we have you hold on to it?
So, this baby,
We're just
tactically
passing
speaking, is a good bargaining chip.
The-
Just give it to them.
No, I think what she's saying is it's a bargaining
through.
chip.
Not
with the
for
Fae.
us,
Yeah, but
for them.
For the town to bargain.
They
with
can
the Fae.
bargain with the
Yes.
Fae.
You mean like we have one of theirs now?
Yes.
A little hostage exchange kind of situation.
That is risky, but
Or perhaps you
possibly
can,
fruitful.
as she said,
Like a ward.
they are creatures of their agreements, yes?
You don't attack us and we won't harm your
Yes.
baby.
Or
Exactly.
you can have this creature back if you
Or,
do something for us.
in as far as, again, the Fae tend to be very, they are bound to agreements, as with the family who had the baby who was then exchanged. Is that correct about the story that you were?
Probably. I don't know exactly
You
why.
want to care for this thing as a ward of Quasmon,
I mean, I don't necessarily want to
as
care
a
for it.
deterrent.
However, I would. Yes.
Well, I'd be hard pressed to find anybody else who would want to.
Pip,
We are just passing through.
would you say that the nature
Well,
of these
not
agreements that
now,
they
you
make
aren't.
are malicious?
Are we under arrest?
Like
No,
that of a
but the city's on lockdown. Nothing's going in or out until we figure out what happened here.
Yeah. Would I say that the agreements are malicious? That the fairies make?
I would say not necessarily malicious, but they like to
Trickly.
be sneaky,
Not
and
always
sometimes they can be
Right.
monkey paw-ish.
Not always in good
So like,
faith.
not always, not like super malicious, but not
But-
like.
Yeah, like things
Not
like if
above
you're
the
not
board.
specific, they'll look through loopholes as much as
Like,
they can.
okay.
Because they're very smart and very clever.
Deal with the
Okay.
devil. kind
Yeah.
of.
Okay. So
It takes a really ironclad
Would
person
I-
that really knows what they're doing to
Not get fucked up.
Yeah, not get fucked by some of the
Yeah,
dudes.
I was wondering if using that you would be able to create some sort of symbiotic relationship with the Fae. So you could come to some sort of
Like
peace.
a hostage, using a hostage for a truce.
Maybe
That's what
something-
I was
Maybe
thinking.
something.
If
of
we
that
had
sort.
any contacts with the Fae, that would be great. But all we have now, we could yell out into the forest, say, "Hey, we have your baby. Leave us alone."
yeah,
There's worse ideas.
I'm kind of with you. Like I just feel like it won't really work
Look-
because you don't really know anyone.
Is there any kind of nurse or like anything like that? Because there has to be some sort of infirmary that can at least take care of this baby so that nothing is being put on us travelers who literally saved multiple people. I don't know why we're getting shafted.
Of
on
course,
this.
we have
Uh,
we have wet nurses, we have infirmaries. Yeah, we have those.
Clap
of course,
it
we have
and
triage.
magical
Okay,
irons
so
and
then
put it in
let's
the jar.
have one of an
It's
infirmary
not a
take care of
baby.
the baby. Not that hard.
Put it in an iron cage and deal with it later.
Yeah.
I mean, so as far as our contacts are concerned, maybe we go press the satyr for more information.
I don't want to talk to that guy.
There is something to be said, though. How much are we willing to delay our journey for this detour.
Well,
Correct, yeah.
apparently at least until they unlock the city.
Journey where?
North.
We're travelers passing through.
You want to go through the Osran Heath
Yes.
Yes.
and the
So, your little village isn't the only place having issues. Seems like unrest is the new status quo. We were told that someone up there might have some answers on how to solve some of these problems. We were headed to the Shade and Shald to try and track
headed
this
up northern
individual
Shade
down.
Salt. I mean, you're gonna go right through some Feylands.
Yeah.
Yes.
We understand the risks.
All right. Well, if I were you, I wouldn't go anywhere near there, especially not with whatever's going on here.
There's a town up there, yeah?
Yes.
Have you had any word from them lately?
Not in the past couple weeks.
No travelers on that road?
It's one of the reasons why we assumed it's probably been a little overrun by Fey lately.
We'll take that under advisement, but I believe we have a mission.
Well, I can't in good conscience let you leave without knowing exactly what had happened.
We told you what
Yeah.
happened.
I
No,
believe.
that's not what I mean. You don't understand. This is an ongoing situation. We are still under attack.
Have there been more attacks?
Yes,
Oh.
this has been the most deaths out of them, but yes, there have been other attacks. Why do you think we're building the wall?
No, today.
No, I mean today.
No.
Outside of this one attack, do you have reason to
The
believe?
night's still young.
You could ransom the Fey creature back to him and have the Fey pay to build your wall.
I don't
If you're
know.
gonna head north, anyway, regardless, if you're gonna head north, you're most likely gonna need the help of the Cherry. They know that land better than anybody. Especially if you want to avoid being whisked off into some glade to sing and dance until your bones fall apart.
Doesn't sound that bad compared to this.
Still sounds pretty bad. I don't want to sing and dance until my bones fall off.
So you said there were the cherry, something like that?
Yeah, the Cherry.
The cherry. All right.
Yeah, some of the local wood elves that aren't as isolationist as the rest of them. It's a
All
local
right.
pod.
Why don't we
couple
go to
hundred
the
of them.
cherry then?
And
Ask
so you're
them.
suggesting we perhaps hire one as a guide?
At the very least, or convince one to give you guidance. They like, even though they cavort with the sense with the likes of us and aren't as isolationist as the rest as their other kin, I'd still say that they like to keep to themselves and they like their secrets.
Okay. Then let us have this plan going forth. We'll go see the cherry, inquire towards the doubling situation we have, and when that is settled, continue heading north with the guide.
Well, therein lies the rub. It's not that simple. You can't just go see the cherry. You need an introduction.
How can we do that?
I mean,
Cherry leadership doesn't just see civilians. They need to have they need to have someone speak on their behalf.
we fought shoulder to shoulder with a couple of them earlier today.
I
Surely
am
they
not
could
a
vouch.
civilian.
Their introduction seems like it would help us.
Possibly. Yeah.
The ones that reported to you first
They
thing
Give
known
you
to you?
Did they give you the right of recompense?
You guys came with them here to report this, yes? Did you catch any of their names?
So they are a faction within the city that are technically still their own independent secession nation, that kind of thing. So they have their own parts of the city that they keep to themselves, but they still have an agreement with the Fawn and the rest of the factions to contribute and they have some trade routes and other types of agreements. But their parts of the city, they say, are theirs, and most people and all, unless they have been invited to be, must stay away.
We'll go make our manners, see what we can do on our own merit.
Hopefully we'll
Good
be
luck.
recognized.
Most people, unless you grew up with them, saved their lives, or they owe you great debt. Only reason why they work with us is because the Fawn has a good relationship with them.
We saved a couple of their lives today, and we have worked with their kin deeper in the wilderness prior to this.
All right.
We'll see what we can do.
There is another option. I want to know what happened here. And I want to know what's going on with the Fae. And I'm running low on forces. You say you saved lives today? And the not-so-baby?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I would be willing to deputize you
There it
in
is.
order to seek out this problem and defend us. But you have to help and aren't allowed to leave until you do so. And if it turns out to be fruitful, I will myself approach the Fawn and ask for them to give you an introduction to the sheriff.
Ooh, do we get badges?
Sir,
Do we get stipends?
I'm sympathetic
Do we get
to your problems.
housing?
Housing.
A place
you can
to
stay in the
stay?
barracks if you like.
We have already
There's a couple
shouldered
cots,
the
sure.
burden of
Cots.
others' problems.
It'll be like camping, man. Don't worry, it'll be fun.
If we keep adding to the responsibilities that we have, we'll never solve any of them.
You can say no.
Side
Doesn't mean you can
quest.
leave.
I understand that. Are we under arrest?
Not at this time.
No, let us be
I
deputies.
will be, for as long as you are still here, I will be assigning somebody to watch you while you have that creature in your possession.
I want to be a deputy. Pip is like on his chair, like, I want to be a deputy.
I appreciate
Our
your
original plan, I
enthusiasm, small one.
believe, was just to avail ourselves of some beds for the night and be on our way in the morning.
It's almost endearing.
Yeah, maybe like a couple days. I mean, Steern and I have to cook. So it takes a couple days.
We have been in the wilderness for quite a while.
It's a little well-earned R&R.
So we'll see what we can do, but I am hesitant to take any more structured deals. I apologize.
Entirely understandable. Some travelers have their own problems. We understand that. However, you kind of stepped in it a little bit, and you have this creature with you, which makes things a little more complicated.
Can we not have this creature with us anymore?
Yeah,
Please?
I'm firmly in that camp.
Like looking directly at me.
I'd be far more
Are you
inclined to let you
steadfast
keep
on
it.
holding on to that creature?
Like, we know it's not a baby.
Look,
I don't have anybody here that
Maeve.
knows how to deal with that.
Maeve, overall, it is your decision whether or not you want to keep this baby around. I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want to do.
Okay.
However, I don't want to be shouldered with that debt, so that will be on you.
We don't know if this thing can transform out of its baby state back into another fake creature.
I'd be far more willing to let you wander around with this creature if you were deputized.
Okay.
Because then you would have official capacity to possibly do something with this creature should anything arise. And you would have the capacity to call upon aid. But this
Here
whole
is-
thing is new
Here's
to
my
me.
question. What is my alternative? I either have this not a baby with me, or you've already said you do not want to take it, and you do not have
I don't
anyone
have
who can
anybody that
take
know.
it.
This is new territory for
So-
all of us.
I either keep the baby on me, or what?
Magical handcuffs.
I could
in
throw
the
it in
jail.
a cell.
Yeah.
Throw
You
it
can't
in
keep
a
it
cell.
in an
Throw it in
infirmary
a
for
cell.
nurse to watch over it?
I could throw it in an infirmary, but
Telling me there's no people that have birth here and that have nurses.
no, there are.
That
but
thing
it's-
bit your finger.
Full
Imagine what's
disclosure,
gonna
I
do
have to
a
tell
nurse.
them that it's not actually a baby.
If
And
it
I also have to tell
can-
them that while they're sleeping, who knows what might happen.
Yeah.
If it can change its shape, and it decides to
does
unchange its
Not need
shape
to be in a nursery.
in the middle of a infirmary or a nursery, is the
I
worst.
don't have the manpower to
possible
watch
place
this
that can
thing
happen.
24/7.
Jail.
Baby
So
jail.
my rep,
Straight to jail.
so straight
So,
to jail. So my
Maeve,
only option is to throw it into.
You hold on to it,
An
or
iron
they
cell.
imprison it.
Baby jail. Baby. Pip is like in the corner, just like baby jail.
Okay, but Pip, it's baby jail, or you become a deputy.
I can do
Both
both.
of those things.
I mean, that's fine. We need more
Baby
manpower.
jail.
You've proven, obviously, yourself that you can handle yourselves.
So we're gonna be deputies regardless.
Only if you want to be.
I will continue.
I think
I want to
we
hold
got,
on to this. That's not a baby.
I think we've got enough time in this town, anyways. I mean, Steern and I need to cook, and that's gonna with what the supplies we've got. That's gonna take at least 3 days. I think we have time for a little side quest here. We wanted some R&R. I think it's a little bit more involved than we wanted to be in this town, but
Every day we don't spend moving forward, the corruption that we're supposed to be figuring out is getting worse.
That's
The town is on lockdown
What
regardless.
corruption are you speaking about?
Down south, there's a problem where nature itself is being corrupted.
It's getting gooey. Wait, I don't know anything.
Yes. And should
monsters
we be
dripping with black tar stuff. It's
We originally came
Pretty messed
together.
up.
Have you heard of the village of Balmoral?
Offhandedly.
They were attacked by some of these corrupted creatures, and as we traveled north, we
Were they
found
Fae?
no, something far older.
in
Some
fact,
That's the
ancient
first I'm
magic.
hearing about it. Would that...
That's what I was saying. We have our own problem that we've been trying to help people solve. As we have come north, we have found that corruption is not just in Balmoral.
Did you see Faye on your way up here?
No.
I mean, other than the satyr, no.
it is entirely possible
and the
this
pixies.
corruption
And the pixies.
is agitating the Fae somehow. It's destroying their nature, poisoning it.
That could be, very well could be the case.
The
And the further you
The
delay
forest
us from our goal,
Guardians? Are you aware of the guardian golems of the southern forests?
I've heard stories.
They have been affected by this corruption.
This is
So,
bigger than what I have the brain space and head space for.
yeah, to sum it up, the longer you delay us, the worse generally the stability of this entire forest region.
From the
becomes.
southern coast to here, everybody's got problems.
We seem to be the only people that are determined to fix it.
Unfortunately, the southern coast to here is not my problem. My problem is here. And so I have to put here first.
I'm
I'm
saying
charged with the safety and stability of the people.
every
within
day
the city.
we stay here and don't move forward, the people of the southern coast problems get worse.
And they could become your problems.
they
And
will
you-
become your
and-
problems. The more this
So
isn't
then-
handled, the quicker it's going to come here, and the quicker your city and your people.
And what happens when you go north and you die?
We won't die.
Well, then,
I don't know about
Like you
any of
said,
that.
it's not your problem.
You're right. It's not my problem. It's also not my decision. Lockdown came from the fawn herself. You want to talk to her? Good luck.
Where is she?
no,
Right
I don't.
now?
I don't want to talk to her. I just want to be a deputy.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we got time for side quests. I mean, at least a day, because I don't know about y'all, but I want to at least have a healing potion in hand before we leave here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preferably as many as we can get.
I also want to buy some paper,
Yeah,
and copy down some spells.
By now, it's gotten pretty late in the day.
Oh yeah, it's like late afternoon, early evening,
Let's go to bed.
I mean, yeah,
like evening-ish. Look,
our day is pretty much.
I
been
appreciate
ruined
what you
by
did
this
here,
whole-
but
If
I don't
we
know what it is you want me to do with this thing. But
Okay.
if we gain the aid of a cherry god or their blessing, we can head north.
that's
Otherwise,
your business.
we are trapped here in the city until you resolve this situation.
Everyone within the city limits is being confined to the city limits because we don't know, one, what's out there, if there's another attack. Right now there's a curfew in effect because an attack had just been initiated. Two, we don't know if there are any more already within the city walls. So what happens when we find another shapeshifter creature that apparently they can turn themselves into babies? What makes sure they can't turn themselves into a man, a woman, or otherwise? And we let one of those slip through our fingers.
As we have proven, we will not stand idly by as your villagers are attacked.
How do I know you're not one of them?
Just as easily. How do we know you aren't? We've never met before.
Am
They
I
reminds me
one
of-
of them?
Slippery slope.
Pip looks at their hands is like, am I one of them? Nah, I'm not one
My
of them.
life is a lie.
Should be mindful, Pip. You're transforming. You did get bit after all.
Is he?
No, I didn't get bit.
So
Did I
yes.
get bit?
We have things we must accomplish here in the city before we can leave, anyways.
Yeah.
We will be around. We will help out where we can.
I'll take care
I
of the
think-
mother baby while we're in the town,
I think that is the best we can offer at this point.
and then take it with me when I leave.
It's a terrible idea. It's not an actual baby. It's a crazy fake creature. No good can come of this,
Maeve,
but we will have that
if you
conversation.
take
That's
it
almost
with
better.
us when we leave, we're gonna get bombarded by fake creatures.
I guarantee
Maeve,
you
I really
they
think-
will attack us to get that thing back.
I really think
Look,
you let
eventually
them
we
handle
will
this.
have to give it up, but for the time being, just let her take care of them.
Yeah.
Not a baby.
Yeah, this is not something we have
Let
to
her-
deal with.
Yeah, no.
You all have iron weapons?
No.
Yes.
Silver.
Are you offering
Not
us
iron.
weapons?
I mean, my longsword, or is it longsword steel or
The,
iron?
the true Fae need cold steel, yes.
Or iron? Cold steel, iron, sometimes cold steel, but
I have magic.
sure, that works.
I also have magic.
I can't allow any more deaths within my city. Does that make sense
So
to you?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
At the moment, the city seems, I don't know, it's either safer or more dangerous with you in it. However, apparently, we have someone who this baby seems to be somewhat innocuous around. So,
are you
whatever.
willing?
Fine, keep the baby. Don't let it out of your sight. If you do, you'll be held responsible for it. Understood?
Perfectly understood.
Great. Now, the borders are still closed. You're not allowed to leave yet because we don't know who is and who isn't real here. If this creature can shapeshift, we don't know if anybody else can shapeshift. So, having said that, you can either help the situation or you can sit on your hands and spend as much time here as you like. If you convince one of the cherry to help you out, great. They can't leave either.
Deputies.
Do you have?
Deputies.
Granted, I, myself, can't rightly stop them if they want to leave because of the deal with the fawn, but
Is anything in this office iron?
I have my own weapon that I keep. It's been handed down from the generations, and I'm not giving it to you.
No.
What am I supposed to do if Faye comes into this barracks? I have to be able to defend my people.
they react poorly to iron.
Yes.
I believe what he's
Touch me
saying.
with your weapon.
Yeah.
If it cuts no deeper than a normal weapon, that proves that I am not one of them. Yes?
Possibly. Let's diss it on the not so baby first.
We know the not so baby is a fae. I'm
Right,
not
but
going
let's
to-
see what it does.
Let's see what the reaction is, and then if we have a different reaction, we are not Fae.
That's a good idea, because Pip is like freaking out that they might be a fake creature
Since
because
we
the
need
baby
a
bit them.
comparison, do me first, then the not a baby.
Cool.
You an elf?
Yes, high elf.
You're part Fey then, so it might hurt a little bit. But nowhere near as much as what it will do to that thing. Very well. Goes behind on the wall, and it looks like there is a bardiche. It's like a long pole arm with a curved blade at the very end that kind of has a hook.
Cute.
It kind of hooks back a little bit, and he lifts it up, and it looks like wrought iron. It's old, but it hasn't rusted. And the blade looks rather dull, but it's as he pulls it down and just tests it real quick and cuts a piece of paper. Blade looks dull, but it cuts right through a piece of paper. So it got to be something else going on with it. And picks it up, puts it blade down into the ground and kind of angles it forward. You first.
Okay. Reach out hand and just very lightly touch it.
Sure. You lightly touch it. You feel like a cut start to form on your hand, and it feels like tingly, like really kind of tingly. Like, you know, when your foot falls asleep, it kind of feels like that on your hand, like a bunch of static and everything. And it's just like really uncomfortable. The cut doesn't really hurt as much as like the discomfort of like, because your whole arm is starting to like fall asleep. It doesn't feel good, but it's not like painful.
Seem fine.
Is Len gonna be okay? As we're assumingly
Oh.
all about to like.
Oh, how is
Draw
the blood
blood.
on the hand?
It's okay. It's just a small cut. It's
Okay.
nothing that would actually cause you any damage.
Oh, no, because Lynn. But no.
Um,
Anyway, so, okay.
Depends on if Len is hungry.
So now how are we testing on this? It's not a baby.
A finger, a toe.
Okay, I just kind of hold the baby out.
Cut its forearm.
Yeah, it's like struggling against you. But yeah, you're much stronger than it. And you,
Small child.
yeah, you're much stronger than it.
actual
And
baby.
you touch its finger to the
No,
thing,
it's not.
and you hear the sound like skin burning up against hot metal. And you smell like burning flesh, and you see its finger start to go ignite, and it starts to like fire starts to light up its finger.
Oh,
and it's
shit.
wailing and
I try to put it out.
screaming and just bloody murder. Yeah.
Yep, definitely a reaction. I put the little fire out, or try to.
Okay.
Sorry, little thing.
Is that a reaction enough? A difference enough for you?
Seems like it. Your
I'll
turn.
Swipe my finger
You
across.
get the same feeling that she does. You don't really feel anything at all, because you're half elven, but you're not fey anymore.
Right.
You're undead. So, or kind of like halfy. You're like living dead. It's kind of complicated, but you don't really feel anything at all.
It's not silver, so.
Yeah.
Pip does the thing that like little kids do when they're like trying to psych themselves up to get like a shot.
Let's go. Just do it. Yeah.
It's not that bad. You can
is-
Shut
do
up. And then they do it.
You do it. It just feels like getting a paper cut. That's it. Nothing.
Looks like you're safe for another day.
Pip
your
starts
turn.
crying.
Yeah, just on the forearm. Not on the hands. Too delicate.
You got it. Wait,
I need to
form-
punch people with these, man. I can't
just
have.
feels like a
can't
paper
have
cut.
burns.
Nothing.
Sorry.
No fire. No sizzling.
Everyone
no burning.
always does the thing in the palm. Like, that's a terrible idea.
There we go.
Stern.
Stern.
Yeah, just take off my glove, cut my finger.
Good.
Like,
Nothing.
okay.
Like, it's good
No,
enough
you.
for me.
No, you.
Takes the back of his hand and swipes it up against it. Lets the blood drip for a moment.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Now you have a way of knowing.
Then, like,
Good enough for me.
Everyone's
takes
gonna have to come
some
in
balm
here.
from the table and puts it on his.
Now you have a way of knowing.
That's right. It looks like we're gonna have to test everybody in town.
What? Do I have to go again?
No.
Oh.
But
Feels like
I mean, pickleball on the other hand.
No!
I'll get some more of these
Pickleball.
iron weapons made, and
Wait,
we will
pickleball.
go around and make sure there aren't any more. among
Perhaps
I'm
as part of the
joking. It was a
donation
joke.
process,
Wait, twist of the century.
they prick the
Pickleball's a
finger
fay.
on an iron
us. Well, we won't be
nail.
allowing
Is
any
it
more people in until
celestial?
this is done.
no, but what do you say?
In the future.
Pickleball is literally
Yes.
your guardian angel.
as a way of knowing who's entering your town.
I mean,
Sounds like a good idea to me.
like,
All right.
haven't
an iron
decided
tack.
if he's a fae or not.
So at least now we have an idea as to when this lockdown may end. It won't end until everyone's been tested, or at least everybody that we could get a hold of tested. So at least a couple days.
We will
We're
do
gonna try
what
to
we
make sure we
can
can get everybody.
to help while we're in town.
This is gonna be a fucking incident with the cherry. They're never gonna want to do this. They're never gonna want to do this.
Do you need anything from us further?
Stay out of trouble.
Deal.
Cool.
What if we're solving the trouble?
Then we should have been deputies. Pip's like crying because Len said
Oh,
that I still
You want to
like-
be deputy?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You
The little
swear to
one.
uphold the tenets of
Yeah, I was
our
gonna say,
society?
It can't really
seems
hurt
very
us. Even if we
important to
don't
this
accomplish anything, just having that in our back pocket.
Yeah.
I can pronounce you deputies. Do you swear to behold the tenets of our society? Do you swear to protect life, prevent stealing,
I step.
and make sure that the nature below you is just as respected as the nature around you?
Step back out of the group
I
towards the
swear.
door.
Yeah, we don't all have to do this, right?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to if you don't want to.
But
Yeah, no, I'm
down.
not doing that.
I'm down. Pip's
Yeah.
so doing it.
All right.
Pip's a cop now.
Team
Solidarity.
Team fun size on patrol.
Cop. Well, Pip just wants a badge. I think
Um,
Pip's mainly doing it for the badge.
I
Shiny.
sometimes give these out to the kids at the academy that take tours.
It's one of those stickers of a badge.
And they look like they're just
Yes.
like tin badges.
I was gonna say if they're iron, that would be useful.
Yeah, they're just little like tin badges that are like easy and everything. And they're like, it's like those plastic
Junior
wings you
cadet
get
or something.
from the airport
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. They're
Yeah.
like, so who wants to be a deputy? Boom. All right.
Those three.
Those three. You guys can be deputies, and you get these little tin
We're
badges.
good cops.
Great.
Pip isn't really a cop. Pip just wants the badge.
Very well. You may or may not be called upon if we need extra forces somewhere.
Well, I
Eh,
mean,
that's okay.
we've already been doing it for free. Now at least we're getting paid.
Are we getting
You're not
paid?
getting paid.
No.
They're volunteer police
It's
officers.
it's a volunteer police. It's a volunteer.
I don't understand.
Oscar, you aren't very monk-like, so to speak.
You meet a lot of monks?
I was about to say that too.
Can't say I have, to be fair.
Well, it was nice meeting you, sir. We'll be on our way about our business.
Now wait a minute.
God damn it.
We
Deputies?
She's a deputy
Sheriff, they're
now.
good to go.
You said you
We're
needed
done here.
to sleep.
I would.
You're welcome to the Barrett cots if you like. All of you if you like.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Deputies, not Faye. Is there anything else you need to know from us?
No,
We can crash here.
I am extremely perturbed by the whole situation. Please don't make me regret this. What I do ask is that if you find out any sensitive information, you come to me first.
As
Understand?
opposed to.
well,
Does it
if
come
you
to
have you on speed
anybody
dial
else?
already.
sensitive information by its very nature is sensitive, and therefore, in my hands, it's going to be the best to be able to make a certain judgment call upon how I'm supposed to react to it, and like pick a specific course of action. Understood?
Fair enough.
Pip is fully not paying attention and just looking at their badge.
Cops now.
Pip's like, whoa.
Should you find out any more about the motives of these Fae, if there are any others, or anything that you think is sensitive information, come to me first. Don't send me a missive. Don't send me a letter.
In person.
Let me know in
Face to
person.
face.
Unless you have some sort of wibbly wobbly magical way of doing it.
Not yet.
We might.
I don't yet.
Understood. Sensitive information is sensitive. It should be delivered directly to you.
I don't have that yet.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to now get the blacksmith to make some odd 300 iron weapons in the next 24 hours.
All you need is something that breaks the skin. Nails.
Daggers and
Nails would be easier.
Tacks.
nails.
Anything with a sharp point.
Boop, boop.
Bunch of nails.
So perhaps
Nail guns.
contact carpenters.
And we will be on our way.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Bye.
Out of your hair.
I
Does
do
he have
a
any like
little-
mints on his
He has
Candy
that
dish.
jar of salve.
what?
Salve?
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 Just like
or salve? However
cream.
you want to pronounce it.
So
Like-
not any like candies
Big old bucket
or
of
mints?
Neosporin.
He's
Yeah.
a sheriff, not a doctor.
Aw. But he made
He's
me
not a
cut
pediatrician.
myself.
He's a sheriff.
Sometimes but he made
I
me
don't know,
cut
when the town is small
myself.
enough, maybe he pulls double digits.
He's a cop, not
a
a pediatrician. Oh yes, I moonlight as a pediatrician. No.
Some
He
some people
moonlights
are-
as the dentist.
You there? Pip.
He uses a pair of
I
pliers
may
he's
have
got in
some
his drawer to
cloth.
pull.
You're there.
Would you like to wrap it around your finger?
No.
It's
Pip
like
walks away.
a little bit of
Jeez, so much salt.
Vietnam flashback when he said moonlight. No.
I offered.
So we have things to do, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you guys want to sleep here?
Yes.
We need to
Yeah,
cook.
we need rest.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
can you do your alchemy here?
Do we
I
have
don't
to
see
take
any
watches
reason
to
why not.
watch the baby?
Just takes about a day per potion.
Okay. We wanted to go buy some
Like
things.
it's a full work day.
Yeah.
And then people want to do shopping and things, so.
I do.
Okay. You guys go into the cot area where there are about looks like 30 or 40 cots. Kind of like some of them are stacked up on like shelves.
How close does the river run through the center of this town?
Yeah, north, south.
Is that like close to this barracks?
Yeah, very close.
Okay.
Because it's like the river kind of becomes a canal. That the way they use it to like go up and down, travel up and down from this city, and then gets a good amount of trade there too. So
Usual deal. I'll do first watch if you show up and allow me to rest.
Well, they're all sleeping in a barracks. I don't know that we need to keep watch on them.
Fair point. Fair point.
I had some things I wanted to do, but not until they fall asleep.
okay, so you guys are all headed to bed.
Is it bedtime
I am.
or is it still like
It's
dinner
evening.
time?
It's evening. It's like 7 or 8 p.m.
Sure.
Pip's bedtime.
Can't remember how many days it's been since I drank. Like a few days, maybe.
I feel like
Few
you had
days.
the
It's
fave.
been. I think it's been like 2 or 3 days because
Okay.
you ate those pixies.
Yeah.
Nom.
Delicious.
That was yesterday.
That shit tasted like
Yeah, that
salad.
was yesterday.
That wasn't
Was it?
enough to satiate you.
Okay.
It was a little bit. You ate like a little bit.
A little bit. A little snacks.
Little family, little pixie
Yeah.
attendees.
Yeah. Little pixie tendies, wank, buffalo, and sauce.
Mm.
Do you have an eraser?
Yay.
How much paper should I get? Well, let's see how much the spells, if they
Need a
have any
pencil?
good spell scrolls.
A rest. Finally. I get my HP back.
So, you guys are going to sleep?
Pip is.
Yep.
I'm going to find my way to the river can find a convenient way down to it, like a ladder or a.
Yeah, because it's kind of like
embankment.
worked stone on it, so that there's stairwells that go down in order to receive ships along like the docks, kind of like Venice style.
I'm gonna go for a little
they go
swim.
long ways. Okay. Where are you going?
The deepest part of the water that I can find, like center of the channel, and like
Sure. Is there anything particular that you're looking for?
just gonna do some praying,
Okay.
some communing with Kasiksi, and
Cool. This is a freshwater river.
understood.
You can breathe it, still fine. It's just a little odd for you.
Yeah.
It feels a little weird.
Once I'm at the bottom and the water sort of flowing past me,
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Remove Curse on myself.
Okay. Cool. You're trying to get rid of your lycanthropy?
Communing with, yes.
Okay, cool. Why don't you do me a favor?
I know that it probably won't work, but
Why don't you do me a favor? You said
communing
you're
with
praying?
this Tishia, the Landers have infected me with this curse. Help me wash my blood clean, kind of thing.
Okay, cool. Do you cut yourself?
Yes.
Cool. With what?
My daggers.
Okay. The coral daggers?
I pull, yeah, so I've got the driftwood dagger and the coral dagger,
Okay.
Dad and Grandpa. And like I cut
Sure.
my arms with
And
them.
you're trying to let it pass through
Yes.
you. Okay, and get
Yep.
downstream. Cool. Okay, why don't you go ahead and roll a religion check for me? Either that or this is a tough one. Here, you can either roll. Are you proficient in religion?
Nope.
Okay. So you can either roll a religion check or a persuasion check. However, both of those have different
difficulties.
outcomes, like quite different outcomes.
Still gonna go for persuasion.
Okay.
12.
12. You feel the cold water, which is warm by comparison compared to the sea, pass in through your cuts and into your veins and pass back out the other. And you feel like a little unsettled by the solidity of the area, a little unsettled by...
It's not home.
It's definitely not home. By the boats
fine.
and the splashing of the things that are passing above you. What you do sense is that like shadowy creature from your dreams within kind of struggling and being
I'm too far away from its.
not necessarily too far, but it almost feels like you are in a like a grotto like cave and you're trying to escape and your mind's trying to escape and it just kind of like cuts you off and jumps in front of you and just says like get back in the fucking cave. That's just kind of like the image that comes to you. Whatever this is, it's the mere amount of magics that Istishia has bestowed upon you aren't always enough.
Yeah.
At least in this form.
Okay. I just wanted to try it.
Defeated. Yeah. But it feels like you were making progress. And it like if it didn't act like that spirit, that dark wolf spirit within you, it like you look like you were like, oh shit, I'm almost there. And this thing was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like you almost got away from it. And it was like, and it cut you off.
Okay. I'm going to spend another hour or so just sort of meditating and
Sure.
reabsorbing as much water.
Are you
as
up
I
or you
can.
sleeping?
Oh, I went to sleep.
Okay. Or you tranced?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll
I was
see what
also,
this-
so 5 hours underwater, an hour doing this, and another 4
Sure.
trancing.
Okay. Okay. This not so baby. Okay. Then you come back
Yep.
and you trance. You wake up or like you finish your trance.
Yeah.
You finish your trance. Where is this? Where do you put this thing while you trance?
Oh, honestly, it's still just wrapped up in cloths. I mean,
Where?
Like on the cot with
Oh,
you, or
like with
in your
me?
bag still.
Are you holding it while you trance, or is it in your
yes,
bag?
holding it.
You're gonna
Sorry.
hold it while you trance.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can you roll a perception check for me? It would be at disadvantage, but because you trance, you don't really fully fall asleep while you're holding it, so it's just a straight roll.
We should have put it in
Okay.
magical hands.
11.
11?
Yes.
Okay. You come out of your trance and it's not in your arms anymore.
Damn it.
In this barracks, no one. I thought someone was watching us.
That's why I said we needed
I
to
mean,
keep
it's the
watches.
sleeping quarters of the barracks.
Fair.
There are people that come in and out every once in a while, and but in order to get to the sleeping quarters of the barracks, you have to get by many guards.
Yes, so it stands to also get out of the barracks. Likewise.
Right.
Alright, I would like to ask the guard. Hey, did anyone leave in the last 4 or so hours?
The one that's on call there.
Yeah.
Cool, like near the lockers and whatnot. I mean, a few people. Their shift was over, or they were taking a nap, or.
Okay. I go back in, I kind of look around, see if maybe it just fell on the floor. I don't know as much about babies as
Okay,
I thought
roll
I did.
investigation check.
My dice is always an adventure. I'll begin by saying that. I'll continue by saying I rolled a 10.
Okay.
was going to be
You
better in
get
a
on
minute.
all fours and start crawling under the cots and looking through foot lockers and stuff like that. What's your passive perception?
Oh,
It's at the bottom of your skills in a little box.
13.
13. Okay.
Yes.
You do hear what sounds like. Actually, I wonder if your houses were too nice. I don't think you ever knew what this sounds like. Oh well, maybe because you did travel quite a bit. What sounds like a rodent or a rat chewing on wood, or under the
Amazing.
floorboards or something like that.
Amazing. Do I know where it is?
A bit of ways away to the right near the corner.
I'm gonna go investigate that then.
Okay, cool. You hear some chewing and squelching under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards?
Yes.
Do the floorboards come up?
Do you try to?
Yeah?
Pick one.
They just...
That's a little too sturdy. Pick another. It's a little loose,
Okay.
but you'd have to pry it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. You go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Do you have any water bottles around here to drop or something?
Yeah, there should be one sitting up on the counter up in the kitchen. Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
My strength check is at 18.
If not, you can open the drawer all the way to the right of the counter near the coffee station. 2 down, there should be some. Or 3 down. Go ahead.
18.
18.
Yes.
You snap this thing up, and you see this baby chewing on what looks like the remains of a rat tail.
Come here, not a baby. I pick it up.
It's eating. It fully has a rat in its mouth, and like spaghetti, the tail is hanging out. Yeah, you pick up the baby as it's like.
Do the baby thing.
Yep.
It's eating. It's fine. Okay. Don't run off again. In Sylvan. Please don't run off. Oh.
I come walking in,
Children.
just dripping with probably a little bit dirty river water.
Hey, Pupper.
Oh.
Oh no!
Where's the cap? This is from a lake in in the mountains. It says don't drink on it.
How much did you drink?
I took like 2 drinks.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get a stomach parasite.
What is it?
Okay, so Molly just went to go
There
get
you
some
go.
water, and
Go, you can go fill it up.
he just got some water,
I'm
and
gonna
then
get a stomach parasite.
Halep,
It says Lake Hayaha on it. Don't drink.
it's
Poor buddy.
I mean, that's like glacial meltwater. Right?
it's just
Yeah,
like
it
a
should
bottle
be
of water
okay,
though. Like
I'm sorry I drank your like water.
but- That was like a 15-mile hike to get up there.
You're gonna get a dirty river disease.
oh my.
It's okay.
No, that's hilarious. Like just drinking water and then that look of like panic. Oh no.
Oh no.
I thought you were gonna say
Bud.
he took 2 drinks of like
He
vodka
drank half
to
the
water
bottle.
before.
Poor
before
buddy. I think he'll be
realizing
okay.
I
Well,
don't think
please
this
don't
is
get
water.
sick.
I mean, I'm not worried about being sick. I feel bad that I drank your water just before.
It's okay. We can always go hike up there again. But anyway,
That was exciting. Anyway.
so Bast, you come in soaking wet.
Just dripping water still.
Cool.
The baby's still here. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, where else would it be?
The worst part is no
Sus.
one else knows that this
In-
happened. We all have proof now that this baby should not be in our care.
Invisible, shape changed into something else. There's a couple of different options.
Yes, it could have, and yet
It
it's
didn't.
still not a baby.
So
Still not a
Great. So
good for you. I
In
go
the
over to
time-
the corner and start picking away on my porn.
in the sleeping area.
Like quietly.
Okay.
Bad lullabies.
Oh, maybe it works.
So without further ado, you guys wake up the next morning. It is now the 23rd of Hylock.
Wait.
25th.
It is?
Yes.
When did last session start?
Yeah, like
The
this one
24th.
was
The morning of the
home.
24th.
Oh, why is my stuff messed up?
This baby's gonna be the death of us.
I swear.
the heck?
This baby is driving me crazy.
So session 12 was the 23rd? I have session 11 is the 21st. Session 12 is the 22nd.
So the satyr was the 22nd, rescuing the 2 women. The armored rider and the knight of the pixie games was the 23rd. And then we woke up the next morning of the 24th and made it to town.
Right.
And we haven't had like a rest since then, so.
Preparing some spells.
So now it's the 25th.
Correct.
What spell should I prepare? I've been
Okay,
thinking.
cool. You guys wake up. You're fully rested.
Yay.
Wonderful.
What are you guys gonna do today?
Shopping.
Shopping.
Shopping!
We
Shopping
need to cook.
episode. Need to cook. Cool. So like that's your day.
Yeah.
You want to cook? That's your day. You're gonna have to. Did anybody have alchemist supplies or herbalism kit stuff?
Herbalism kit.
Okay, cool. I would say you might want to
Also
find like a
herbalism
place.
kit.
I'm sorry. What, Dan?
I said also herbalism kit. I'll be cooking with Oscar.
Yeah, last time I think they like helped each other out.
Sure. Yeah, I would say you probably want to find a place to set up to do this. You don't want to do this in barracks. You want to find like either a facility or like a place or like some sort of like bench, like counter or somewhere to like actually do this stuff.
Okay.
Unless you like want to go into like a grove somewhere and just start doing it druid style. But up to you guys how you want to do that. Let's see what's going on with the internet here. Oh, because Noelle is using the stuff. Okay, that's fine. The connection's not so great. That's okay. Okay, so Where do you guys want to go?
I think we all want to go
Paper.
shopping in
Kinda
different
grow.
areas, so maybe just go around.
Okay, yeah. Where do you want to go best?
Fish jerky.
Okay, you can pick that up on the way anywhere.
Are there any cool
Some
artistic
lumber.
knives?
You could probably get that from the general store or something like that. Or if you want to go to a blacksmith,
Paper and spell scrolls.
general store. Spell scrolls are going to be hard to come by here. You can, if you'd like. Ooh, Let me check my stuff here. You guys can ask around a little bit as you're like leaving the barracks and you're like kind of touting about town. The place that's the thing that's closest to like an archives or libraries or a place that has a lot of books is going to be, someone mentions, oh well, you know, the Fawn has like their own archive, their own collection of a bunch of stuff, but you know, good luck being able to like go get them. I mean, sometimes you can go check it out, but as far as like library stuff, but as far as paper is concerned, you can get that from a general store.
So there's not really a place where I could.
There
find-
There's no magisters here. Like this isn't a there's
Oh,
no
I thought
study
you
of the
mention-
arcane.
I thought you mentioned like that this would be a place that people like offload things.
Yes, yeah. If you want to like talk to basic like traders moving in and out of the city, they
Yes.
may have stuff like that.
Okay.
Granted, right now trade's been cut, so whoever's here is here for the
Okay.
foreseeable future.
Okay, so could I talk to some of the people who are
Sure,
here?
sure. We'll get to that too.
Okay, but
So
paper.
general store and spell stuff. What about you, Lud?
I don't really know. I don't have much to buy, actually.
Okay, cool. Right, all you need is blood.
More thinking, like, is there a cherry
you need
craftsman
is blood.
who like
Yeah,
has a cool
exactly.
antler-handled knife that he's carved that's
Oh, something like that. I understand.
setting up
You're looking for more. I understand. Some
Functional, but-
naturalist kind of.
functional but interesting.
Cool. So you're looking for artisans. Great. So this is at the moment trade has stopped. Well, trade within the city is still ongoing, but the migration of trade has stopped. Like people can't go in and out right now. So yeah, like all this stuff could be. We're gonna do some rolls to see who's here and who's not.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Dan.
Yes,
Do you
is
want
there
anything particular?
What kind of shopping do you want to do?
I'm doing this stuff with Osper.
Right. That's true. Okay. Cool.
Cooking.
Yeah, I want to go
Tapestries.
various cloth,
Okay.
different colors of light cloth.
So you're looking for textiles.
Yeah, just textiles, some
Okay.
sewing kits, maybe a new pair of boots.
Cool. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say let's just head over to the bazaar in the city center. A lot of people that come here have some of their carts are transformable into like stalls. Like they kind of fold out and like become an awning. So now that the people can't really do anything, they just said fuck, and the lines are now the roads are now just lined with stalls. So let's see. We're looking for artisanal stuff first, right? Okay. What you find here. Well, let's share. We'll remind me. We'll do that in a minute. We're looking for
Spell scrolls.
an archivist or a scribe or someone who is trained in the arcane or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay, that's rare, but it's possible. Okay, you're hard pressed to find something like this here. The closest thing you come across is what looks like a traveling alchemist. That seems to be selling some potions.
Okay.
But as far as like
Not much.
arcane and spell scrolls and stuff like that, that's a very, very, very niche
Okay.
thing.
Potions are useful.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that when I get back.
Cool.
Dang, textiles.
Do me a favor, roll a perception check for me, Bast. See if you can find.
18.
18. You do you kind of. I don't want to say the town isn't quartered up into parts that have certain factions. It's very homogenous, except for heterogeneous, except for the Cherry. The Cherry have their own spot that's kind of like it looks like
their street.
It's it's like kind of like their street and
Their
their like
alleyway
move and it
kinda
kind of
thing.
moves. It's like the southwestern like quarter of the city, and it does look like because you can see it from over the bridge that it doesn't look like they really built up too much about the buildings. Like they kept the ruins there and have just kind of like created
Camps and
camps or like asked the
lean-tos,
canopy to
yeah.
move over and it just kind of like creates a natural roof and they're kind of like there's this very copacetic symbiotic relationship with them and the nature is just kind of like the tree is almost like growing into an awning rather than like being cut down and built into one, if that makes sense.
Yep.
There are people that are on the outskirts of this area that are Cherry that do trade. However, like to go down the street, you can see people that are just like there, making sure that their own little slice of heaven is kept untouched, because they kind of view their area there as an embassy, as it were, or like sacred ground. But yeah, you're able to find what looks like someone making a. The first thing that catches your eye is what looks like a very large, like half of a moose antler, like a big old thing that's been crafted and rounded into a shield, made out of like big old moose, Bullwinkle style
Yep.
thing, and then you also see what looks like some grappling hooks made out of antlers and fine made hempen rope, but rather than hempen, it's made out of like a very sturdy vine. You also see what looks like a dagger that looks like it's made out of, you can't tell whether it's an ore or like a wood. You're not really entirely sure what it is, but it looks like wood, but it has a metallic sheen to it. And it looks like they are whittling something as you walk by.
Good sir. That's a fine knife you have there.
It's ironwood. Expensive.
I apologize, I'm not from the lands around here. Is it customary to make weapons out of this ironwood?
Usually only for ceremonial purposes.
I do happen to be a collector of knives. The thing my people have about them, you see. You said it's expensive?
He finally looks up from his whittling at you. And you just kind of both notice the elven ancestry in both of you. And he's like, kind of puts his whittling down. Possibly?
He's Cherry, yes?
Yeah. It's Wood Elf, yeah. Yeah. But like, so the faction here of Cherry, because you're kind of starting to get a better sense as to what's going on here. They're like of the Wood Elf lineage and the community that have found a life here in as a less nomadic lifestyle, whether for safety or for preference, we don't know.
Okay.
And they also just a collection of those that choose to do business here. So, yeah.
We fought shoulder to shoulder with a couple of your kin yesterday. Are all your folk so well trained?
My folk.
Your Cherry, yes? Sort of like a tribe?
We make sure that we are able to hold our own against the dangers of nature in our own homeland. So yes, we are a product of our environment.
My friends and I fought with a few of your friends to take out the
We are not all friends,
Fae.
but I get your meaning.
Are you all fighters? Is that part of
We are all able to survive.
the ones we met in the woods were very capable?
I suppose you mean some that offer their services in order to help protect.
The woods, yes.
Yes, it's a part of the agreement that allows us to stay here. And you said you fought with them?
Yes. We met one named the Wheeled Weaver. And her daughter traveled with us for a time.
Here?
Oh no, far to the south.
And you traveled that far and you are still alive.
Yes. The other side of the heath, I believe.
Interesting. I have not heard stories of the Weird Weaver for a long time. I did not know that she was still active.
As active as anyone can be in the current troubling
Is
times.
there something I can do for you?
Your knife, sorry, a tangent. I'm a collector of stories. I was just curious as to who you are. But the knife. For sale?
I am Jermaine, and these are my goods that I try to earn for currency. And you like my knife.
I do.
Alright. What do you have to trade? Or would you
Coin?
prefer coin?
I have not much of value aside from that.
Knife is... I would be willing to let it go for 250 gold.
Expensive is an apt description.
It is made of a material that is almost impossible to get a hold of anymore.
Have you ever heard of coral? It is a living stone of
like
the
from
ocean.
the water,
Yes,
the sea.
yes.
Yes.
I have a few small trinkets crafted from this stone.
Is it a special type of coral?
It's not something you're likely to see this far inland. It's coral from deep under the oceans. Would you take some of those in exchange as well?
Let me see.
I'll pull out some of my little pendants.
Grabs the pendants or the daggers?
Pendants.
The pendants.
I'm not trading away.
These are quaint.
Exotic goods?
In their own right. Do you have anything else?
A lute?
That's fucked.
An instrument?
Yes.
If he recognizes that,
Is it in good condition?
Yes. It was played just the other day.
Produce the loot. It's like there's some juice here in it.
It may have touched the floor. Yes. 150 gold and these items.
Roll persuasion check.
Fuck off.
16.
16. Very well. As he picks up the dagger and he flips it around very quickly and hands it to you, and you go to grab it, and he like stiffens his hand. He's like, "This is a gift not to be taken lightly. Do you understand?"
A weapon in this particular shape holds great meaning to me.
He lets it go. And he gathers up the loot and the coral trinkets. And pleasure doing business with you. I think my son will enjoy this instrument. I have never
Have a good
learned to
day.
play. You as well. And you move on. Okay. Textiles, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Lots of textiles. Lots of stuff here.
Pretty.
Bolts of cloth, canvas, velvet, silk. There's cotton, and there's tweed and houndstooth and plaid.
Honestly, looking for basic colors.
Okay.
However, is there anything that catches my eye that's like an intricate, like gilded kind of pattern that would be fun too?
Okay, so you're looking at something with like either filigree or like
Yes.
lining.
Yes.
Or trim. Cool. Yeah, you can find a couple swaths of stuff with trim. Are you looking for like a metallic trim, like gold
Yes.
thread or silver thread, that type of thing? Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Um,
Great.
so you walk up
Gold
to
and silver can be thread. What about iron?
you want to look for iron. Iron thread is difficult,
I
but
know.
it's possible. So you do find an individual that's very, very, very well dressed. What looks like a human with a very, very dark complexion, long black flowing hair, big bushy eyebrows, large nose,
Yes.
like a nice beard. And he's like, "Come get my goods, everybody! Like I am coming from all the way from the desert of the mall. I am looking to sell like oh, would the pretty lady like a pretty dress?"
I make my own, thank you very much. But I am
Can I
looking
interest
for
you in
clothes.
some textiles? Then?
Yes.
What can I get you? Silver, gold, platinum.
Do you have anything with an iron thread?
Iron. It's not the request. It would be very heavy. But
Oh, it doesn't have to be throughout. It just, perhaps just a.
I have petticoat with iron buttons.
Not good
I-
enough.
Let me see what else I have. And he starts rummaging through like crates and crates of the stuff that he has, pulling out bolts. I have this one bolt of cloth that has been made with ferrous material.
That works.
It is thinly. I made it for an individual, or it was requested by an individual as to be to have lodestones attached to it.
Okay. Yes. So
It's all the way from.
is it magnetic? Yeah. No.
It's like it is a fully like
It itself isn't
magnetic bolt.
magnetic.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Maggots would
However,
stick to
It's
it.
yes.
ferrous,
Yeah.
so it's like it has magnetic possibility of being. Magnets can attach. To
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic.
High iron count
Yes.
Yeah.
I would.
content.
I think that may suffice for what I'm looking for. You mentioned a few other materials as well. Do you have any with silver thread throughout?
Yes, I do. So this ferrous bolt, I only have 1 yard of, unfortunately, because it's very, very difficult to make. It comes all the way from Fairspec, from where the giant lodestones are. So, but yes, I have a silver lining if you're looking for paisley or a plaid or more of an elven filigree, or perhaps some more Shalian.
Paisley and plaid. How garish.
I also have more Hinsfalian,
Ah.
or I have some northern.
How northern.
Loshma and
Oh, shit, what's the name of that city?
what?
Oh, I forgot the name of the city I'm from.
Sarnlo.
Yeah.
This is Kamisk-esque up in the northern expanse.
His people.
Oh.
The bitter north.
Oh.
It's like lots of right angles and like runic slashes and things like
Okay. I'll do some of that too.
that. Wonderful. So, do you feel looking for just a trim or for the cloth with the trim?
Cloth with trim, please.
Sure. So silver, gold, platinum.
Silver, please.
Silver. Okay. So that'll be 30 gold per yard for the silver trim, and for the Ferris bolt, that will be 179 gold. This is very. He's wearing very expensive clothes. Very, very expensive clothes. He looks like he is high top tier textile merchant.
Fancy man.
I'm trying to think if I have anything on me worth trading.
Would he do trade, or would he only do monies?
You could certainly try. Want me to find out?
Oh. I have a jar of spiced tea I can
Oh?
offer.
What kind of spice?
I just wrote spiced tea. I forgot where I got it. I apologize.
Do you want to try to upsell it?
Yes, I will try
Okay.
to sell it.
What would you like? How would you like to do it?
It's from far to the south. I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have a vial of spiced tea, unlike anything else you will find in this city.
Oh.
I pull it out and I just open it. It's the like, tea leaves and that kind of thing or whatever. And I offer him just like a sniff of it, I guess.
It is quite intoxicating aroma. It is wonderful.
Would you?
Go ahead
What'd
and
you
roll
do?
persuasion check for
Oh,
me.
I was gonna go further.
Sure,
I was gonna
sure.
go with. Would you cut a poor mother a deal?
Okay, roll deception check.
Yeah.
Do you have the baby with you?
Yes, I have to have the baby with me.
Okay.
I have to have them.
A
It's an important
14.
detail.
A 14?
Yes.
Looks at the baby. He's like, that baby looks weird.
He has fangs.
What's wrong with that baby? Doesn't say anything. When you see an ugly baby and you're like,
We have the prettiest baby. I'm like,
are you sure?
I love that cartoon where like we have the prettiest baby and it's this really, really ugly baby. And then the dad looks to his son and he's like, I wonder what you really look like.
Anyway.
He's like, I'm sure you understand. I run a business. If I gave everybody the matronly, motherly discount, I would be out of money.
Yes, and I also understand the going rate for this type of cloth is far less than you're charging me.
I'm not sure what you mean. I have traveled many, 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 many thousands of miles in order to get here. So if this is, I have to make sure that I can cover my travel costs. So although it may be cheaper in Babas, it is not available here.
How many people come around asking to purchase Ferris cloth from you?
Well, this was a commission.
Yes.
But if you're going to pay me more than the commission would cost, I wouldn't mind if it fell
How
off the
long
back of the
has
truck.
this cloth been in your possession?
A few months.
And they still haven't collected their commission?
I haven't arrived at their location yet.
Tell you what, what if I give you the spiced tea, and let's call it 125 for both cloths.
Roll a persuasion check
How
and
about
roll
persuasion?
high.
My persuasion is shit. My dice hates me. Oh, that's better. That's not good. I had rolled like a 7.
7.
Yeah.
I will take 150 and the spice for
150?
just the Ferris cloth.
Ferris cloth and 1 yard of the silver cloth.
No.
I just trying to think about anything else to offer.
You could sell him the baby.
Oh my god.
I doubt he will buy this baby.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like.
Everyone knows children are worth negative money.
Oh no.
I'm trying to think about it. Don't have that anymore. Oh.
He starts folding it up and putting it away.
What if I also throw in 1... do I have... it hasn't been made into like a healing potion thing yet.
No, don't sell it. It's too important.
Okay.
Besides, even when you make
Fine,
the healing
it's
potions,
a
only
deal.
like 25 gold.
We have a
Oh.
deal. You said 100
And 50.
initially. Initially you said the yard of Ferris cloth is 100.
No, 179.
Yeah.
That was for everything.
No, 179
No,
for just the Ferris
179.
cloth.
Oh.
And a 30 extra for the silver per yard for the silver trimmed.
See, I don't
Yeah,
have
this
that
is,
much.
like, expensive material.
Yes, well, I have 160 gold total, so.
So it's 150 plus the spice for just the Ferris
Yes,
cloth.
I know.
How'd you all get 160?
What?
Never mind.
I
Hip
don't
is
know.
broke.
Starts folding it up and rolling things up and
I'll take the Ferris cloth.
oh yes,
Yes.
you hand over the spice. He puts it in like a canister in a way, and you hand him 150 gold. He's like, "It's a pleasure doing business with you."
The pleasure's all yours.
Of that you can be sure. Great, cool. Let's do some potion making, right? Yeah.
Paper.
Paper. Yeah, you can go to the general store to get paper.
Can I get like? Also, would I have
Wizard
enough?
paper.
Can I get wizard paper there?
Yeah. General stores can sell like
Yeah.
decent enough paper for what it is for your needs.
And
The
would I have enough time for magic, for copying down a spell?
Sure. The name of the general store is called Two in the Bush.
2 in the bush.
Um,
Ooh, spicy.
It's run. You see this male halfling with he's got a like, hey yo, welcome. Hey, welcome to my place. I got I see you got gold in the hand, but I got 2 in the bush. Hey, what can I get you?
Hi, can I get paper?
Oh, you want paper? What kind of paper? You want vellum? You want parchment? You want papyrus?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, my book is mostly vellum, but I need it to be good enough to like copy spells on.
Oh, you one of those?
Yeah.
Woo! Whoa! Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I gotta like. So I don't have that like thin line college ruled paper. You know, like.
Nah, I don't
want
even-
that.
I don't even
Yeah, I
use
could get
that.
you some good. You want resume paper?
Resin.
Yeah, you want resume. I know what you need, buddy. Yeah, got you. Yeah, you come over to Mo Mang's. He get you what you want. All right.
What's your name?
Mo Mang.
Mo Mang.
Mo Mang. Mo Money. Mo Mang. Hey.
Oh. Hi.
Hey, I'll go get you the.
Okay,
you want
let's go,
that
let's go,
resume
let's go.
paper?
Mo Mang
Yeah.
for your book.
No.
Mo Mang for your buck, hey.
Oh, shucks.
All
Cool,
right.
okay, where's the paper?
Okay, he's like, you see him turn around. He's like mostly balding, and he wears like worn spats and loose overalls, and he's goes into the back, and pulls out a crate. Like, hey, I got a bit of resume paper here. Like, I got some from what do you want? You want mother of pearl? You want cream? You want off white? You want true white? What do you need?
Off
Eggshell?
eggshell.
You want eggshell? Okay, I got about 50 gold worth of eggshell.
Okay.
You want to mix
Okay.
a match, or you want?
Yeah.
Well,
Could I
okay.
also get 50 gold worth of off-white?
Sure, off-white, you got it. 50 gold worth of off-white, 50 gold worth of eggshell. You know, you make good business cards out of this stuff. Good card stock.
Okay.
Got it.
I think I'm good.
That's it? That's all you need?
Well, do you have any magic stuff?
How many magic stuff? Hey, every interaction with me is magic, because, more magic, more mang.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
bada bing.
Wow, whoa. Bada bing.
Okay, maybe, I
Wow.
got this finger trap.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
How much is it?
The finger trap?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, how much is it? Let me check my ledger. He was flipping through, it's 30 gold.
30.
30 gold for this finger trap. It's supposed to, make you more,
Ooh.
agility, faster,
That's
But it only
so
works
much.
if it's, if you got your fingers stuck in it.
Do not
That's
let Pip shop
so
alone.
much.
30 gold? Oh my god.
That's so much.
Yeah, you gotta put somebody else's finger in with it, and then you're super, super fast. So's the other person.
Okay.
But yours.
You're
Pip is having an internal crisis on should I buy more paper? Should I buy a finger trap? Should I buy more paper? Okay, I'm going to, oh my god. Okay, also is everyone okay if I sell the pan flute?
Hey,
And-
got it right here.
Whoa.
Got it right here. Hey, whoa.
You don't have us to ask.
I know, I'm just,
We should get that appraised first.
yeah, can I go get it appraised?
Yes. Hold on.
Sweet.
Hey, you want to see it?
Whoa. That is fascinating.
That's really cool. It's got a
Pip, no!
got it from somebody else who it's a Pip though. Got it from somebody else who had it attached to one of his brothers for a while, and he was "Ooh," sold it to me.
It's stuck.
Yeah, well, I can help you get that off. You gotta pay for it first.
No,
Yes.
I don't have enough.
What do you-
Ha ha! You thought. Pip runs away because he already paid. They already paid, and Pip just runs out with his stack of paper.
Oh, you pay the $30 for the finger trap?
No.
Oh, okay.
Pip already paid for all the paper. Pip
Oh,
was
so you just play with the finger trap and then take it off and give it back and run away? Okay. What a thing. Whoa.
Also,
All right,
is there
bye.
anywhere that I can appraise see how much the pan flute is worth?
You want to sell it to him? He'd be the one to
No.
sell it to.
He'd be the one to sell it to.
Probably. He's got a bunch of odd ends and such here.
So a magical item would be him.
That was magical.
That was magical,
The finger trap was magical.
and I was just playing with it.
Yeah, you sensed it was magical.
I did.
Hmm?
How magical?
You'll have to identify it if you want to know.
Can I
You
say
put
that
it on your
I
finger and it's
spent?
never
Definitely
coming
thought
off.
it was the shopkeeper messing with.
Okay, can I
trying to rip him off.
spend?
So you run away and then you come back.
So I run away. I was like and then I was like, okay, that was. So while I was playing with it, I spent. Can I say Can we retcon that and say I spent 10 minutes?
You spent 10 minutes playing with it? Sure.
Just
sure.
sitting in a
Hey,
corner
kid,
playing.
Yeah, you okay? You gotta don't break it, all right? Sure. You spend 10 minutes messing with it. I think I have it here somewhere.
The finger trap is still on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost him.
And then also, would there be?
Belong to the
So there
finger
would
trap
not be
now.
spell scrolls here. Just magical items.
Not for you can tell. You can ask him.
I'll ask him.
It's in here somewhere. You can ask him Oh, you're one of those. So like yeah. So you're looking at was one of those mage types, yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking to do some
Magic.
yeah, whatever that is. I mean, sure. What the fuck is this thing? Yeah, I could probably, let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Well, I got this, I think I got, I'll be right back. And he goes into the back and he's checking his stuff.
Okay.
Fuck is it?
Yeah, because I already spent all my money on paper, so I probably don't have enough for a spell scroll.
I got this one, I think it's a little old, but, little torn, little burnt, but I think it still works.
What is it?
You probably know more about it than I do. Is a what looks if you roll an Arcana check, see if you can tell what it is.
Crit. Not 20.
This looks like a scroll of Scorching Ray.
Cool. Oh, rad. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Whatever you say, sure.
Huh.
If it's a pretty good one, I'd say, I don't know, 50 gold?
50?
Sure.
Sweet. And then I would leave the
I have it here.
I mean, like, I guess I won't get this finger trap anyway. Now that I see this, it's like still on my finger. Like after spending 10 minutes playing with it.
Yes.
Maybe I'm like almost done identifying it. And he's like, I have this spell scroll. And I'm like, maybe I won't get this finger trap.
I believe it's called the Finger Trap of Alacrity. I don't know why it's not coming up, but I need one moment. From memory serves, if you have it attached to you and somebody else, you guys both get pluses or advantage on your initiative rolls, and you guys can take your turns in tandem. Oh boy, I don't know why this isn't showing up.
Okay.
There it is, Finger Trap of Alacrity. This is an Endronki style, so this is like in Halfling style. Beautiful in its blue and desert colors. When two creatures trap their fingers in this item, they are bonded in time for a short period. For 1 minute after bonding, the two creatures gain +1 to AC and +5 to initiative rolls. But take the average of their initiative rolls before this bonus and are considered one creature in the initiative order. During the initiative, the two creatures take their turn simultaneously, and for the duration of the bond, the creatures only have one hand free and cannot be more than 5 feet from each other. And here it is. That's what you get from your identify. Here it is if you want to read it.
Alright.
Cool. Let's do you while he's thinking about it. You guys want to do potions,
Potions.
right?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to set up?
Wherever works.
Give me an idea, like where do you guys want to go?
I
to,
was
like-
just thinking of you said like a grove, so I was just thinking we can go out, just go outside of not outside of town, but
Yeah, you can like
just
go to
somewhere
like parks.
secluded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can go to like a little park somewhere, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where there's a nice like weeping willow tree or something like that. Cool. Sure. Yeah,
Yep.
you can do so. There's a couple benches there where people that kind of sit about. One of the undeveloped areas. And you guys pull out your mortar and pestle. You put it on the ground. You pull out your like ambalic or yeah, whatever, and a couple of other things. You pull out your powder pouches, and you spend the day making potions, right? And it's like 1 day per potion. Is really how it works usually, right?
Yeah, it says 1 work day.
1 work day. Okay, cool.
This level
So
of potion.
we're gonna have you. If you guys are both working with it, either one of you can roll, or one of you, well, either both of you can roll. We'll take the average of your roll for a herbalism kit check, or one of you can roll with advantage. And an herbalism kit check is going to be I'm gonna say a nature check with proficiency.
Well, I don't have nature, so
I got a +1 to nature.
But you get to add your proficiency because both of you are proficient in herbalism.
So
kits,
it's an
right?
intelligence check, whichever one of you guys is better at
Who's-
intelligence.
we're both wisdom based, yo.
Yeah, no.
Who's proficient in the herbalism kit?
I think we both are.
We both are. Okay.
We both are.
Okay. So either one of you can roll an advantage, or both of you can roll, and you can take the average.
I think it's just better if one of us rolls with advantage.
Sure. You wanna do it, or you want me to?
Fuck it, we ball. I'll do it.
So
Well said.
at level 5, you have +3 to proficiency. So whatever your nature is, add +3, and then add
Yeah,
that to
so
your
this will be +4.
Okay.
That 18.
18. Yeah, you successfully make was this a lesser or regular?
This is a regular.
Regular. You successfully make a regular healing potion, guys. Get one of these.
Yeah.
Look at that. So that's 2d4 plus 2.
How many of our ingredients does that cost us?
So each of these ingredients, 1 dose was for a lesser, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's going to take two
Cool.
of the 2 doses of the mushrooms.
I'll stick that down to you, then, Eraser.
Yes. Here you go.
Yes,
I
we
eventually
made potion,
track you
bitch.
down,
Yeah.
ask
Cool.
you to identify
That's
the
us
dagger.
for like the whole day, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, easily enough. You can take 10 minutes to identify
Did I
dagger.
give you the
This dagger
mushroom
doesn't seem
portions I
magical.
had?
It does, but you do get. It is made out of ironwood.
Yeah, and I have
I
some
had
iron
8.
wood.
Yeah.
Now down to 6.
So you
Oh,
know
I
what this
have
is.
4.
So
Yeah.
this is ironwood. It's
Okay.
very hard to come by.
remember. But if it's
Also,
on your list, I-
since it is made
Yeah,
out of
it's probably
ironwood,
yours
it is
that
technically
it's,
part iron. It is
next
also
time
a
I
very
see you.
efficient weapon against fey creatures.
Yeah. Sweet.
Granted, the way I run fey creatures is that rather than them being vulnerable to stuff like this, it bypasses some resistances. So if a fey creature would have resistance to non-magical weapons, an ironwood weapon or an iron weapon would bypass that non-magical weapon resistance. Make sense?
Yeah.
Just like a silver weapon does the same for werewolves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make sense? Cool. Anybody else want to do anything?
Can I last thing to do at the store?
Sure.
Can I ask how much the pan flu would be worth?
Oh, right. You want to get it appraised. Cool. You pull it out. This guy is like, "Hey, whoa! I got another instrument. I gotta put it on the rack. I got some loops and
I just want to see how much it's worth.
Okay,
Before,
okay.
so I can ask my buddies.
you looking to trade it, pawn it, or cash it out?
Cash it out.
All right. Let's see what we got here. It's sure is a pan flute. It's made out of some nice wood and stuff.
I mean, we know what it does. We can
Looks
tell 'em.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. He has no way.
Is there any way I can like
Show him.
show him?
You want to use it?
No.
Please use
That's a
it.
terrible idea.
I mean,
How do you
worst
wanna
case
show 'em?
scenario, you end up dancing for a little bit. Like,
No. I
I
don't.
mean, that's true.
wanna
We're
sh-
not in combat. So
oh, you could ask him to play it.
That
Yeah.
would be mean.
No.
Fine. Well, why don't you try playing it?
Oh, I'm not the best musician.
Well,
but,
hold up. Just so you know, it does some weird stuff. So
Weird stuff like what?
it just makes you
Am
dance.
I gonna get a disease?
No, it just makes you dance.
Makes me dance.
Yeah,
Oh, just like any other instrument.
yeah, but it makes you dance.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Just go ahead and play it.
Okay. He goes ahead and tries to play it.
You play the fucking flute.
guy has no bonus to performance, so he has to get a natural 20.
You're gonna kill this man.
All he does is dance for a minute.
Yeah,
In combat.
Got a
that's-
19.
Oh no.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh.
That's absolutely insane. So he's like starts going. Then he starts dancing. He's like, "Whoa, hey, it's got a bit of a jig to it, hey. Oh, okay, all right, that's enough.
Do I have? Is there any way I can like?
Why is this still happening? Oh, my hernia.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
He told you it makes you.
Makes
This is. Oh goodness. Oh God, my back.
That was my question. Just because he's the one playing it, does that mean he can stop when he wants to?
No.
Exactly.
Failed.
So you potentially almost killed this man.
No.
just
Well, you
It's
only have
for
to do
1
it
minute.
for 1 minute, right? Is it? It's
Yeah.
10? Is it 1 minute or 10
It's
minutes?
1 minute.
It's
It's 1 minute. So he has
But-
to dance for.
but
a
Can
in
minute.
he stop
combat-
playing? Can he
in
just choose to
combat-
stop playing?
No, like he stopped playing,
No,
but
no.
he's still dancing for
Yeah,
a
no,
minute.
it's not that. It doesn't work like that. It's pretty
Okay.
much it's an item to be used in combat, and if you fail, you're fucked for a minute. It's pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like in combat, that's a huge liability.
Yeah.
Elsewise,
unless
man.
somebody like knocks you out or like forces you to fail, hits you to force you to fail concentration on it. But like when you're doing it, you can't drop concentration on it like as a free action. You have to actually fail a concentration check.
Is there any way I can like mage hand it out of his hand?
You could try, but he has a vice grip on it, and your 10 pounds is
It's
not
like
enough
a-
force to
okay,
pull
It's
it
like
out.
a minute.
Yeah.
And so he dances for a minute, and he's like, and at the end he's like, you gotta work out like that. It's just me grandpappy ran away with my grandmama's dadushk. Oh my
Oh,
God.
whoa. I told you it makes you dance.
It's crazy. Oh my God, this is the best prank fucking item I've ever had. I'll give you 75 gold for it. Final offer.
No.
Nah.
So low.
100 gold then. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
750.
You want more paper?
I mean, he said it's the best ever.
If you say it's the best,
Best prank thing I've ever.
it's more than a prank. Imagine
Okay.
someone's trying to fight you. So
If you
Oh,
play
well,
it,
I don't-
if you play it
if
better,
you play it better, if you play it really, really well,
Hey, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Actually, I'm a trader, but whatever, same thing.
if you play it really, really well, it makes other people dance
Awesome.
for a really long
that's
time.
useless to me, but I could sell it. Maybe.
No, I'm telling you, it makes them dance forever.
That's not what it does.
I know.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a deception check.
Well, that wouldn't. I feel like for Pip, like kind of doesn't like for Pip that wouldn't be entirely a deception check.
Because you think for a minute is forever.
No, because like I think Pip knows like the mechanics of how it works, but Pip also knows that when you play it, like the satyr did, you can make someone dance to their death.
But only the satyr can do that.
Yeah, but Pip doesn't know that.
No, you identified it. You understand what it does.
Yeah, Pip understands what it does, but Pip
Yeah.
doesn't know that only the satyr. Pip only knows.
Oh no, that was part of the identified. Like you understood, like because you rolled an Arcana check on it and you identified it. You like totally get that. It was his flute.
Okay.
It was his flute. Like it being
Fine.
in his hand is far more potent. So I mean,
Okay.
it's up to you.
Okay,
If you wanna
then I
roll
wouldn't
deception
say
or
that.
You have to roll something.
Okay.
Just pick what you want to roll.
I'll roll a persuasion. I'll be like, let's say. I don't know. I think that it's worth way more. That's so powerful to make someone dance that long.
yeah, it's like a 6th level spell.
He's like looking at it and he's like,
It's powerful magic. Take it from me. I'm a wizard.
I mean, I'm trying to take it from you.
So I would say it's gotta be at least 400 gold. Fucking 9.
Ooh, that's a little too rich for my britches for a prank.
It's not a prank.
Okay, but I mean,
it
I'm
almost
gonna
killed
use it as a-
someone. Fine. I want it back.
Okay, I mean, the most I can go is 200 gold.
Oh,
Nope, I want it back.
All right.
Is there anywhere else I could sell this?
Do you want to try to sell it on the street?
Like on the street, like, hey, does anyone want this? Or like
Hey,
Yeah,
find
to like street merchants and stuff like that.
yeah, could I find some,
1,000
look for a
gold for this lovely.
like
man.
as me as a street merchant or as to someone else who is a street merchant?
I'm saying you no, I'm saying you can go to. Here's the deal. I assume you're looking for a bard or somebody who has a desire for instruments and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. No bards on the street right now. There aren't anybody here. There's like you look and you look and you look and it's starting to get like into the afternoon and you're not finding. You find a town crier, but you don't find any like traveling minstrels or bards or anything like that.
I'll deal with this later.
Yeah, we just wanted to get it appraised.
Great. I think for now. Okay. Well, actually, there's one more thing I want to do. Maeve.
Yeah.
What are you doing after these textiles?
What do you mean after?
Yeah, like what are you doing after? Because
Oh.
it didn't take you long to buy this.
Yeah,
stuff.
no.
Where do you want to go? You want to hang out somewhere or?
I just. We're still kind of hanging out. Like, are we still camped out in like the barracks, or are we?
I mean, you don't have anything there, but you're welcome to go back there if you like.
Well, there. Well, those two are doing their alchemy thing.
You want to go hang with them?
Yeah, hang with them and work on some clothes.
Okay, cool. You go hang with them while they're working on it, and you start fiddling around with your stuff. I want to. So while you're doing so, all three of you are very intensely focused
We're gonna lose the baby again.
your
This thing is nothing but
projects. In order to properly work on your stuff, you have to set the baby down.
Yep.
You do set the baby down, but you try to like wrap it up or keep it contained. Like kind of like you do that tight swaddle thing.
It is wrapped the fuck up
Yeah,
in this cloth.
Sure,
Sorry,
you-
language.
Yeah, that's okay. And several hours go by. You notice something moving out of the corner of your eye, and like a caterpillar, this baby has like all swaddled up, like inchwormed its way towards some of the powders and poultices and chemicals that they are working on. And you catch it just too late as this thing starts to like drink some of like the liquid that you guys have not finished making for a potion yet. And this baby starts like bloating and like vibrating and throws up and then fully turns purple with white polka dots all over its body.
This is why we shouldn't have kept a baby.
Does anyone know anything about babies?
It's not a baby.
And that's where we're going to end our session.
I swear to God, we need to bring this thing back to the jail.
Be like, hey, can we?
Nothing
Nope.
but problems.
Great. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye.
Right.